In a desolate space of nothing but scorching sun and sand, a giant, bizarrely shaped scorpion appeared. It was staring intently at the young man in the white robe before it. Suddenly, it attacked its massive venom-filled tail, striking swiftly towards its opponent. The young man, unafraid, gripped his long sword, leaped up, and thrust it directly at the monster. With a speed difficult for an ordinary person to see, his every slash was unstoppable. With a series of sharp sounds, the scorpion's entire body was sliced into many pieces. Just then, a system notification rang out. Final boss defeated. You have just slain the final boss of the instance, the Scorpion Emperor. Along with the mechanical sound of the system, the monster's corpse gradually vanished into the void. Kang Hyun-woo finally let out a breath. What should I do now? I guess I'll be free for a long time. It turned out that in this world, in the most famous MMORPG arena, he was the #1 on the world rankings, #1 in character level, across the entire server, #1 in legendary arena, battle points setting unprecedented records. God was the very young man who had just slain the scorpion monster. No one would have thought that this young man with an adorable face held so many #1 titles. After completing the quest, Kang Hyun-woo made a big decision. It's time to quit the game and focus on reality. That legend decided to permanently leave this virtual world. At a crowded coffee shop, Kwon Young-chan, whose game account was Young-chan, slammed the table in shock. What, you deleted your arena account? Kang Hyun-woo, finding his friend's overreaction a bit hard to understand, asked, Is it that surprising? I can't just be immersed in the game forever? I have to focus on reality too. Hearing this, Kwon Young-chan's face turned red with anger as he yelled even louder, How could I not be surprised you completely vanished from the #1 spot? Just selling your items would have been worth a fortune. Only then did Kang Hyun-woo understand what his friend was so upset about. But he could only lift his coffee cup and take a sip to hide his speechless expression. A moment later, Kang Hyun-woo stood up to leave. He turned to say goodbye to Kwon Young-chan, not forgetting to add, I made this decision because I don't want to have any regrets later on. To me, the game was just for entertainment, not a place to risk my life for money. Kwon Young-chan shot back, So what are you going to do from now on? Kang Hyun-woo coolly left him with a view of his back, waving his hand nonchalantly and replying, I'm planning to do my military service and then inherit my grandmother's business. It was only then that Kwon Young-chan remembered his friend's family background. He said angrily, Why the hell was I an idiot worrying about a rich kid like you? Thinking back to that day at the cafe, Kang Hyun-woo had to admit with a sigh, I was so proud when I said that. Some fool somewhere once said, You never know what life has in store for you. 2 years later, at a convenience store, a middle-aged drunk man with a tie wrapped around his head pointed and ordered, Give me the red one, the red one. Kang Hyun-woo was now the clerk, his former aura completely gone. He was trying to force a friendly smile, replying, This one, sir. But the middle-aged man acted up, Not that one, are you guys morons? Inwardly, Kang Hyun-woo was cursing the old man non-stop. Reeking of alcohol, he looked no different from a goblin, but on the outside he remained patient, pointing to each product in the display and asking, Between these two, which one would you like? The old man finally seemed satisfied and raised his hand, shouting, That one. In Kang Hyun-woo's eyes, the drunk middle-aged man truly took on the form of a pot-bellied goblin. His face red from alcohol, a bottle still in one hand, while the other pointed incessantly. Not that one, the red one over there. In his mind, he cursed. This damn goblin drunkard, but Kang Hyun-woo understood his current position. I am Kang Hyun-woo, currently working part-time at a convenience store for $9 an hour. Who would have thought that the super-rich successor of the Damsu Group would end up in this situation? The company had been in gradual decline, and by the time I was discharged from the military, it had gone completely bankrupt. My father, the pillar of our family, fell ill and became bedridden. Piles of debt just kept coming. Thinking of this, the image of his father, once a powerful and majestic chairman, now relying on an oxygen tank to breathe, and his mother, who could only sit and cry while caring for her husband, appeared in Kang Hyun-woo's mind. He understood the hardship of his current reality. I can only live a precarious life because to help my family I have no choice but to often fill my stomach with nearly expired lunch boxes from the store. Because I've paid for my father's hospital bills and our family's living expenses, I need to save as much as possible. Walking down the street, Kang Hyun-woo worried, how much longer can I live like this? Suddenly, a notification from his phone startled him. It turned out the message was from Kwon Young-chan. The message read, "Hey Hyun-woo, answer me. I know everything. What do you think friends are for? They're for helping you when you're in a tough spot like this." After reading it, Kang Hyun-woo had to sigh. Young-chan, you still haven't given up, have you? Thanks. But he thought to himself, I was the one who cut off contact with him after my family went bankrupt. I can't contact him. It would only make me look more pathetic. On the other side, Young-chan kept texting, "You're not answering me again, I'm texting you because someone said they saw you working as a convenience store clerk." The final message caught Kang Hyun-woo's attention. It turned out Kwon Young-chan had suggested, "Why don't you try going back to Arena?" Kang Hyun-woo looked at the long string of messages Kwon Young-chan had sent. Lately, the profits from Arena are quite high. A former ranker like you could be a streamer or even debut as a professional player. A 6-figure salary would be child's play. Just a suggestion for a legal way for a former ranker to make money. Remembering the image of himself from 2 years ago, fearlessly facing monsters in a white robe with a long sword, Kang Hyun-woo whispered, "Arena. If I could achieve what I gave up back then, could I really make money from it? If so?" Kang Hyun-woo's eyes gradually began to glow as if he had thought of some exciting idea. At a shopping mall, countless people were gathered. Kang Hyun-woo was one of them. He had come here to find a device to connect to Arena. However, after finding the machine and seeing the price, he had to give up. Damn it, I'm dreaming again. Back then I bought it without even blinking, but this old console is too expensive. It's 3 months of my salary. He rummaged through his wallet with his meager amount of money, endlessly regretting, I really don't understand why I deleted my account back then. Only now do I realize how wasteful I was. Suddenly, from a distance, a man in a black suit saw him and spoke up in surprise. Well. It turned out to be Jung-han Beek. With a smug look on his face, his arm draped over a very sexy girl, he taunted Kang Hyun-woo. Well, look who it is. Kang Hyun-woo. However, Kang Hyun-woo didn't seem to recognize the person in front of him. He hesitated and asked, "You are?" Hearing this, the man replied, "Jung-han Beek, remember me." After hearing the name, Kang Hyun-woo still couldn't immediately recall who it was. He muttered, "Jung-han Beek. Ah, right. Director Jung's son, my dad's colleague." Seeing that his face showed no sign of recognition, Jung-han Beek said arrogantly, "I guess for the young master of the Damsu Group's chairman, I'm not important enough to remember." When he mentioned his father's name in a mocking tone, Kang Hyun-woo became angry. He glared at him and asked in a cold voice, "What about it?" Jung-han Beek nonchalantly said, "Just kidding. Relax, you look too tense." Kang Hyun-woo realized he had encountered a madman. He quickly walked away, thinking to himself, trash will always be trash. Not wanting to get involved with him, he said coldly, "Hurry up and buy what you need." Jung-han Beek replied, "Well, I came to the shopping mall to buy things, but now that your family is bankrupt, do you still have money to come to a place like this?" His words made Kang Hyun-woo's pupils contract. He turned back in surprise and asked, "How did you know?" Hearing this, the man became even more emboldened. "What do you mean, how? Didn't your old folks tell you anything?" His expression gradually became malicious. "The fact that your family ended up in this situation is all because of my dad." Kang Hyun-woo couldn't believe what he had just heard. He asked blankly, "You're saying Director Jung framed my dad?" Jung-han Beek slowly approached him, patting his shoulder. "My dad put up with your dad for a decade. It's time for my dad to take the throne, don't you think?" Then he deliberately provoked him. "Oh, right. I heard your dad couldn't handle the shock and has been bedridden for 2 years, huh? You better take good care of him. Your family wouldn't want your dad to die alone in that bed, would they?" The more he heard him speak, the angrier Kang Hyun-woo became. His face turned extremely grim. With a single punch, he struck the man's face. He roared, "You son of a bitch, shut your mouth!" From a distance, 2 bodyguards immediately rushed over. The woman with him also screamed in fear. "Kaya! Oh my God!" The two bodyguards restrained Kang Hyun-woo with little effort. "Stop it. What do you think you're doing?" Kang Hyun-woo didn't care. He yelled at Young Han-beek. "The fact that my dad is bedridden and my family is ruined, was it all your family's doing?" Young Han-beek's expression remained unchanged, his eyes full of mockery as he looked at him. His lover next to him cried and supported him, yelling at the two bodyguards, "What are you doing? Call the police." On his side, Kang Hyun-woo was furious to the extreme. He couldn't escape the bodyguard's arms and could only keep shouting at Jung Han-beek, "Hanbi, I will definitely make you pay with your goddamn life." Outside the police station, it was raining incessantly. Kang Hyun-woo's lonely figure slowly emerged. He walked slowly under the heavy rain, letting the downpour lash against him. Kang Hyun-woo maintained a cold, emotionless expression. He told himself, "Money, that damn piece of paper. Not only did it make his father betray my family, but it also made him proudly show off everywhere." Despite the confused looks from passers-by, Kang Hyun-woo decided, "I will have my revenge." At Kwon Young-chan's apartment, Kang Hyun-woo had already arrived. Young-chan pointed to a game console and said to him, "Here, you can use it as you like." Kang Hyun-woo said gratefully to his friend, "Sorry, Young-chan. I don't have the right to say this, but I promise I'll repay you in the future." Kwon Young-chan didn't mind at all. He forcefully nudged him in the waist, making him cry out, "Ah," and replied, "Don't think too much about it. It's been a long time since we've seen each other." Kwon Young-chan's face was cheerful as he looked at him, his hand lightly clenching into a fist. "You bad friend, you're forbidden from cutting off contact with me again." And just like that, Kang Hyun-woo successfully logged into the game. His hand gently drew a sword. Kang Hyun-woo gently swung the sword and said to the guide NPC behind him, "Let's begin. The level 10 test as you wish." Looking at the gradually expanding ray of light, Kang Hyun-woo let out a small sigh. "It's been a long time since I last fought an arena." In the blink of an eye, the surrounding scenery had completely changed, becoming somewhere inside an ancient palace. In front of him, a humanoid monster with long, elf-like ears appeared. Kang Hyun-woo didn't dare to be careless, thinking to himself, "So this is my opponent, a dark elf warrior. This is a character set at level 10, skilled in using a two-handed sword." Kang Hyun-woo adjusted his body's rhythm, thinking, "The first battle isn't too tough, but I shouldn't get too excited. Let's stabilize my breathing." Unbeknownst to him, the guide NPC behind him was extremely panicked. She announced, "Hyun-woo, the dark elf is attacking you." The dark elf, holding a sword, charged straight at Kang Hyun-woo, who was still closing his eyes and adjusting his breathing. It raised its sword high and said, "Your mistake was daring to close your eyes in front of me, human." But somehow, Kang Hyun-woo had appeared behind him. He held his long sword and replied, "A mistake, I don't think so." Seeing how he fought, the guide NPC was startled and exclaimed, "A level 1 character can block an attack from a dark elf warrior." Looking at his smoking sword, Kang Hyun-woo sighed, "It's been a long time, since the days I had to fight above my level. Luckily, I'm still okay. The reason I was able to reach the #1 spot on the M-God server was because no one could match me in level gap control." He and the monster clashed relentlessly, the glint of their swords flashing in all directions. The elf was startled when it felt a cut on its face. It was shocked. This human... It continuously pushed the energy in its body. The dark elf gritted its teeth, thinking, "I must be faster, stronger." But this damn human's attacks were becoming more and more fatal. In its eyes, Kang Hyun-woo's expression was extremely serious, his red pupils making him look even more dangerous. He remembered Kwon Young-chan's slightly surprised face after hearing about his family's bankruptcy. He had told him, "I see, so that's what happened. What are friends? For the days ahead will be much harder, so just come and live with me." For Kang Hyun-woo, that was a debt of gratitude. The image of his mother lonely caring for his bedridden father in the hospital was despair, and the memories of Jung Han-beek that day at the shopping mall were hatred. With a keng sound, the sword in the dark elf's hand was knocked away by him, much to its astonishment. Kang Hyun-woo made a resolution. "I will repay all of these things, and to do that, I will return to my golden age at a speed no one would dare to imagine." His intense emotions poured into his attack, and even the level 10 dark elf couldn't resist. In a room filled with countless modern devices, a black-haired girl slammed the table and shot up. Through her thick glasses, the girl's shining eyes could not be hidden. A newly created level 1 character just defeated a level 10 Dark Elf warrior. It's truly unbelievable. In the end, a legend is still a legend, huh, God? In the game world, he was extremely surprised. A notification rang out. Congratulations, the test ends here. The scene changed. A very benevolent-looking old man appeared. He smiled and asked, "Oh, are you a visitor to this place? I am Deo, the village chief of Aslan. It's a pleasure to meet you, Kang Hyunwoo." He then held a small treasure chest in his hand and offered it to him, saying, "This is the reward for the test." When the chest was opened, a gold ring with a blue gem emitted a dazzling light. It turned out to be the ring containing a giant's spirit. The system explained, ring containing a giant's spirit mythical. This ring contains the spirit of a mythical titan. You can comprehend the power and will of the mythical titan. Rarity rare. Effects STR plus 50 con plus 50. Titan's strength enhances your power through your character's stats for 5 minutes. Cooldown 2 hours. Kang Hyunwoo looked at the reward before him excitedly. He shouted, "A rare item for beating a level 10 opponent, what a score, a really good start." Suddenly Kwon Young-chan's message window popped up. His message appeared, "You finished the test, I'll get a ride to pick you up at the East Gate. I'll be your chauffeur." Ignoring old man Dell in the back who was still waving and calling out, "Come again," Kang Hyunwoo focused on reading Kwon Young-chan's message. His friend's humor made him chuckle. He replied, "I need to craft an item first. Next time." Kwon Young-chan was a bit confused. An item, Kang Hyunwoo kept it a secret, not telling him clearly. "Just wait and I'll show you." On the other side, Kwon Young-chan smiled and marveled. He just started the game and he already has everything planned out. Suddenly a message from Kang Hyunwoo appeared again. Can you lend me 50 gold and military rations if you have any?" Kwon Young-chan thought to himself, 50 gold. Before there was an item that all veteran players used. It was the experience potion. A vial of purple liquid with gold details was a common item that could increase experience points gained by 20% for 4 hours. The experience potion at the cheap price of 3,000 gold was incredibly valuable. But the supplier suddenly disappeared, and that potion had faded into oblivion, or so people thought. "Because I was the supplier," Kang Hyunwoo smiled and whispered, "I'm the only one who still knows the recipe for the experience potion. If I put it up for auction, I could raise the price to the sky, hey. But when he looked at the required ingredients like oak tree root, dead tree, sap, red rabbit fur, and the earliest leaf of the amir tree, he slumped in sadness. But the ingredients never seemed to drop. He thought to himself, "This is no help. I guess I have to go to the dungeon to find them." When he reached the dungeon, Kang Hyunwoo became extremely angry when a notification told him, "You cannot enter." The guard with a purple mohawk and a longsword held up a wooden sign that read, "Territory of the Black Skull Guild." He told him, "This dungeon belongs to the Black Skull Guild and is not a place for ignorant newbies to wander around." Kang Hyunwoo looked at him and thought, "This dungeon is the only place I can get the final ingredient. Who is he?" With his personality, Kang Hyunwoo directly threatened, "While I'm still being nice, you'd better step aside." The purple-haired guy wasn't scared at all and replied, "Hey newbie, I'll let it slide this time. Leave quietly now." Hearing that, Kang Hyunwoo walked past him, directly saying angrily, "Get out of the way, I'm in a hurry." Suddenly he seemed to sense something. With incredible speed, something flashed past him. It was the purple-haired guy again, blocking his path. He raised his sword, his eyes serious. "Hey newbie, didn't you hear what I said?" Kang Hyunwoo muttered newbie. Without another word, he directly grabbed his sword. "My life depends on this game. I don't want to waste a single second. Do you dare to have a character deletion match with a newbie like me?" Then he provoked him with a defiant look. "You're not just a chicken who only knows how to crow, are you? A character deletion match, whoever loses has their character deleted. But since no player could accept that risk, it had ceased to exist." As expected, the purple-haired guy got angry. He shouted, "I accept you, son of a bitch, you'll be resetting your character soon, newbie. That big talk will be your downfall." And just like that, the character deletion duel was revived. A system notification rang out. Player Kang Hyunwoo has proposed a bet. Rules winner takes, all loser gets deleted. Player Park Jun-woo has accepted the bet. The match is about to begin. Just like that, the two activated a duel right at the dungeon entrance. The purple-haired guy kept trash-talking, "There's no turning back now." The system's countdown timer appeared. 5, 4, Kang Hyun-woo continued to argue with him. "I'll finish you in 5 minutes. Start saying goodbye to your character." As the clock counted down 3 seconds, 2 seconds, Kang Hyun-woo continued. "Don't ask because you'll never get a second chance to fight me. Just consider this a lesson." The countdown hit 1. The notification sound for the match starting rang out. The purple-haired guy quickly got into his stance, his eyes wide as he stared at him. "I'll see how long you can keep that big talk up." Just as he finished speaking, Kang Hyun-woo immediately swung his sword. As the clock counted down 3 seconds, 2 seconds, Kang Hyun-woo continued, "Don't ask because you'll never get a second chance to fight me. Just consider this a lesson." The countdown hit 1. The notification sound for the match starting rang out. The purple-haired guy quickly got into his stance, his eyes wide as he stared at him. "I'll see how long you can keep that big talk up." Just as he finished speaking, Kang Hyun-woo immediately swung his sword. He swiftly dodged the blow. He asked contemptuously, "Is that all you've got? With the agility of a chicken, you think you can catch me dream on, eh?" As he spoke, he put all his strength into his sword, wanting to slash at Kang Hyun-woo. With a keng sound, his move was easily blocked by Kang Hyun-woo. Park Jun-woo was startled, his pupils contracting in disbelief. "He blocked it, impossible. My level is definitely higher than his, or does he have a unique piece of equipment?" Park Jun-woo didn't stop. He continuously attacked with his fastest speed. However, Kang Hyun-woo, using only one hand, was able to successfully fend him off. He panted, his brain trying to analyze. "Now that I think about it, a newbie like him is too calm. Is he a smurf or a berserker?" While he was lost in thought to Kang Hyun-woo, his moves were simply too predictable. He thought to himself, he's already getting scared. Taking advantage of the opening, Park Jun-woo revealed Kang Hyun-woo quickly ducked low and without hesitation slashed at his leg. He thought to himself, this guy has too many openings. But suddenly, Kang Hyun-woo's red pupils seemed to see something. It turned out that although Park Jun-woo had a deep cut, he was still casually provoking him. This little rabbit. Seeing this, he guessed, impossible. A pain nullification item. That makes it easier for me. Park Jun-woo's hand slowly clenched. The ring given by the Aslan village chief began to glow. Titan's strength activated. STR stat will be increased for a limited time. With a speed difficult for the naked eye to see, Kang Hyun-woo instantly delivered a sword strike to Park Jun-woo's chest, much to his astonishment. Immediately after, countless wounds were created all over his body. Park Jun-woo tried to counterattack, but failed, only able to endure under his opponent's techniques. He shouted angrily, "Damn it! I'm being overwhelmed by a damn chicken!" His eyes were filled with pain and countless veins popped up. He was terrified, questioning, who the hell is this bastard? At this moment, Park Jun-woo felt as if his entire body was a toy that Kang Hyun-woo could play with at will. Kang Hyun-woo charged straight at him. He nonchalantly reminded him, "It's not good to be distracted during combat. In that case, I'll just send you on your way." Park Jun-woo was no fool. Even though his body was covered in cuts, he was determined to block this blow. But by the time he realized the problem, his eyes were wide with disbelief. My body is just... Kang Hyun-woo easily slashed his neck with one stroke. He looked at him and said slowly, "If you can't feel pain, how can you know the condition of your own body?" As soon as he finished speaking, the system notification rang out. "Victory. You have won the solo match. You will receive a reward based on the winner-takes-all agreement." Kang Hyun-woo stretched comfortably. The sword in his hand and Park Jun-woo's body gradually faded away. He remarked, "He has a lot of items. I hit the jackpot. But first, let's get the final ingredient." At the Aslan workshop, where a giant glass container filled with a blue liquid stood in a corner, the system information panel displayed, "Crafting chamber, now proceeding with crafting. The crafting tool will craft the item for the player. However, it cannot compensate for your skill." At this moment, the crafting chamber also emitted a sound, signaling the completion of crafting. Kang Hyun-woo muttered as he looked at the result. It's a shame I can only use this once a month, but luckily I still remember the exact recipe. Growth elixir, complete. A potion with the blue color of the ocean appeared. Information was also immediately updated by the system. Swift growth elixir. Ancient. An elixir crafted according to an ancient method. Rarity unique. Effect. Increases experience gained by 20% for 4 hours. Kang Hyun-woo smiled comfortably. He grabbed the elixir bottle and said, "Now let's go make some money." That day, on Arena's exclusive trading floor, Arena Market, a forgotten item appeared. Countless passers-by who heard the news had their mouths agape. What an experience potion is being auctioned. Only a single bottle of the potion was up for auction. Everyone and their mother participated in the auction to win it. As a result, the price of the elixir increased exponentially. 6 months ago, the highest price for the elixir was only 3,000 gold, but now it reached 5,000 gold. Kang Hyun-woo walked and thought, 5,000 gold. After paying for Dad's hospital bills and living expenses, I'll have about 2,000 gold left. 1 gold is equivalent to $1, so playing the game is definitely 1,000 times better than working part-time. He calculated, if I want to become a streamer or a professional player, I need to level up and increase my combat power first. So first, I need to level up and get some good gear. To not waste the remaining gold, I'll buy the most practical equipment instead of flashy ones. Some suitable equipment had already come to mind. Leather coat with a lower grade wind spirit rare. Requirements none. Durability 200, defense 35. Effect AGI plus 115 gives a feeling of lightness, increasing running speed. Red mole leather pants rare. Requirements STR 25 plus. Durability 180. Defense 30. Effect AGI plus 110. All stats plus 110 when feet are on the ground. Sharp longsword rare. Requirements STR 50 plus con 30 plus. Durability 550. Attack 35. Effect STR plus 115. Armor penetration plus 5. Aslan's village chief Dio was astonished when he saw him again. You've changed a lot since the last time. Did you join the Church of God? Knowing his appearance was strange, Kang Hyun-woo still replied politely, No, I haven't. On the other side of the street, 2 girls who happened to see him were also startled. You look at that guy. He looks like a walking traffic light. Hearing this, Kang Hyun-woo's face turned red and he fumed with anger. He cursed silently. You idiots. Practicality is much more important than looks, you know. Old Man Dell, being an NPC, couldn't understand human thoughts. Seeing his flushed face, he worried. Your face has turned the same color as your pants. Are you okay? Kang Hyun-woo tried to be patient and replied, Just give me the quest, please. A moment later, countless enraged wolves appeared. Kang Hyun-woo, with his sword on his shoulder, calmly watched the pack of wolves charging towards him. When the distance was right, he made his move, charging straight into the center of the wolf pack, slashing and killing. As he stabbed and slashed the wolves, he thought, My stats have increased quite a bit. My body feels much lighter. You really get what you pay for. In his green and red outfit like a walking traffic light, Kang Hyun-woo steadily slaughtered the monsters, his expression unfaltering. When he confirmed there were no wolves left around, he told himself, It may be a fashion disaster, but it's extremely effective. The system sound then rang out, Quest complete, slay forest wolves, 1515. Forest wolf fangs, 1515. Return and hand over the items to Dio to receive the reward. Before returning to Aslan village, Kang Hyun-woo had to try to calm himself down. He kept patting his face, reminding himself, Come on, Kang Hyun-woo. Your life depends on this game. It's not just for fun anymore. Time is money. Next up is the Goblin Dungeon. Today's goal is to reach level 10. Later, at the foot of a mountain, countless people were gathered in front of a deep, dark cave entrance. Kang Hyun-woo was stunned by the sight. As expected, there are a lot of people at the Goblin Dungeon. Suddenly, a very coolly dressed young man approached him. He spoke up, Hello, we are currently recruiting a melee dealer. Hearing this, Kang Hyun-woo quickly replied, I'm a melee dealer. Can I join? The young man generously agreed. Of course. But then he rubbed his chin and looked at him thoughtfully. But wait. Seeing his thoughtful gaze, Kang Hyun-woo was a bit confused. He heard the young man say, "It seems you don't have any immunity items. You should find a newbie party. You can see our party is quite strong." Hearing this, Kang Hyun-woo was utterly baffled. "Huh, a newbie party?" he yelled. "Who do you think I am? Even without poison resistance gear, I can still dodge goblin poison." Suddenly, a feminine voice rang out. "Ah, so you have experience conquering the goblin dungeon, right?" A blonde girl with a priestess appearance appeared. She looked at him and slowly explained, "This is our first time conquering the goblin dungeon, so we are looking for someone with experience. If you're willing, please join our party." After she finished, she shyly tucked her hair back and asked, "Is that okay?" Kang Hyun-woo immediately dropped his prickly demeanor and tried to appear as manly as possible, replying, "Of course it's okay, I'll carry the team. Everything will be fine, for I am here." After he finished speaking, the blonde girl called out to her teammates, "Hey, I found our final member." Kang Hyun-woo glanced over at their party. They were also looking back. Not counting him and the blonde priestess, there were 2 young men and 1 girl. At this time, the blonde girl spoke in a friendly manner. "Why don't we introduce ourselves? I'm Choi Somi, a level 20 priestess." Kang Hyun-woo also said cheerfully, "I'm Hyun-woo, a level 20 warrior." Although he said that in reality, Kang Hyun-woo hadn't reached that level yet, he secretly felt lucky. The best system feature of Arena is the privacy of character information. The others in the group gradually spoke up. The blonde-haired young man spoke first, "Choi Jin-woo, level 20 warrior." Then the orange-haired young man with freckles on his face also greeted him friendly, "Level 22, Archer Park Cheol-min." And the last person, who was also the highest level, said, "I'm Jia, a level 23 mage." The friendly atmosphere didn't last long. Choi Jin-woo looked at Kang Hyun-woo and asked, "But you don't have any poison resistance gear. Will that be okay?" Hearing that Kang Hyun-woo could only scratch his head and reply, "I'm confident in my skills." But Choi Somi, caught between the two, disagreed with Choi Jin-woo's way of speaking. She said unhappily, "Appa, why are you so rude to a new member? Don't you trust me?" Choi Jin-woo replied frankly, "Well, I don't trust you. I don't want to die because of your carelessness." Choi Somi glared at him angrily. "You can go die. I'll prove his skills soon enough. Let's go in now, shall we?" Inside the deep, dark cave, countless goblins were drooling as they looked at the group entering. Their bodies were small, their skin color almost matching the earth. Only their red eyes glowed eerily. Seeing the goblins eager to charge and Kang Hyun-woo's new party quickly formed up. Choi Jin-woo's voice reminded them, "Get ready, this is our first time conquering this dungeon." As soon as he finished speaking, the goblins blew countless darts from wooden pipes in their mouths. Choi Jin-woo used his shield to block the attack and quickly ordered, "DPS attack." Jia and Park Cheol-min immediately launched their attacks. "Here we go." The sounds of the two rang out simultaneously with their skills. Park Cheol-min's double shot and Jia's magic arrow simultaneously headed towards the goblins, creating a huge explosion. On his side, Kang Hyun-woo was killing goblins while also secretly paying attention to the situation. Even though they seemed worried, this team has great synergy. Seeing that the group had been very stable and maintained their monster-killing performance, he became confused. Why did they need to recruit me? Oh well, as long as I'm leveling up, who cares? A moment later, countless goblin corpses lay on the ground and gradually vanished. Choi Jin-woo looked at Choi Somi's group panting and asked, "Phew, we've been in here for an hour, right?" Jia smiled and said to Hyun-woo, "Hyun-woo, you're pretty good, I'll admit. Your sword moves are so swift. Are you using some kind of illusionary equipment?" Park Cheol-min next to her added, Right, your sword moves are so swift. Are you using some kind of magical equipment?" Kang Hyun-woo looked at them speechlessly and replied, "I told you it's my skill." On her side, Choi Somi sat down tiredly. She asked Choi Jin-woo, "Appa, can we take a short break?" Seeing that the whole team seemed tired, Choi Jin-woo agreed. "All right, let's rest and recover for a bit, everyone. We have to face the hobgoblins later." Hearing this, Kang Hyun-woo was startled and asked, "Hobgoblins, has no one here killed the boss?" Before Choi Jin-woo spoke up, "Only me." Hearing that, Kang Hyun-woo thought to himself, well, for a level 20 party, a hobgoblin is quite a tough challenge. It's been a long time since I've fought one. On Choi Jin-woo's side, he was busy assigning tasks. He said, Somi, pay special attention to the timing for buffs. Jia, be careful not to waste mana. After he finished, he squinted at Cheol-min. Cheol-min, if you hit a teammate with an arrow, I'll kill you. The boy heard this and scratched his head in embarrassment, replying, I won't make a mistake like that again. Seeing Choi Jin-woo remind Cheol-min so carefully, Kang Hyun-woo thought, so if I'm not careful, I'll get an arrow in my back. A moment later, Cheol-min gently knelt on one knee on the ground. He placed his hand down, and a gentle yellow light emanated around him. After seriously sensing the mana, Cheol-min reported back to everyone, this is the hobgoblin's lair. At the same time, inside the goblins seemed to sense the killing intent. They scurried around holding their weapons, surrounding a bronze-skinned goblin sitting on a throne, and moved towards the cave entrance. Choi Jin-woo still didn't feel at ease and reminded them again, the backline takes care of the minions. In the meantime, Hyun-woo and I will buy time. Somi, don't forget the buffs. She held her staff firmly and replied, understood. Seeing that everyone was ready to fight, Choi Jin-woo pulled out an iron spear and shouted, then it's time to conquer the final boss. With that, the whole team charged into the hobgoblin's lair with high morale. The system sound also rang out. You have received the priestess's blessing. Your strength and agility have been increased. The hobgoblin was no pushover either. It held a chipped knife in its hand and let out a few growls as if ordering the smaller goblins beside it to charge forward. The battle instantly erupted. Although the goblins were numerous, they were all minions. Kang Hyun-woo and Choi Jin-woo teamed up to deal with them quickly in a flash. Suddenly, Kang Hyun-woo heard a muttering beside him. It turned out the hobgoblin, seeing the situation was not good, had quickly chanted some spell. Immediately, a ball of dark purple magic appeared in its hand. Realizing something was wrong, Kang Hyun-woo shouted, throw it now! Although Choi Jin-woo heard his warning, the magic orb had already rushed towards him. He could only use his shield to block it. The impact of the orb was too great, directly pushing him back and making him collide with the wall, creating a large dent. Choi Somi couldn't support him in time and could only watch her brother take the full brunt of the attack. She cried out in fear. Ah, Oppa! Cheol-min on the other side also screamed tragically, Jin-woo! Kang Hyun-woo was startled by the scene before him. He thought in astonishment, a mutated hobgoblin that can use magic has respawned. If it fires another dark orb, it won't be good. I have to finish it before it can attack. Thinking this, he quickly stabilized himself and ordered, backline support me. Cheol-min and Jia were still staring blankly as Choi Somi healed Choi Jin-woo. Hearing his loud shout, the two snapped out of it and quickly replied, ah, yes. Kang Hyun-woo was surrounded by goblins who took the opportunity and wondered, why are they just standing there watching? Where's the synergy from before? The hobgoblin, seeing the enemy's formation in disarray, laughed. It let out a strange sound. Although no one understood it, they could guess it wasn't pleasant. At the same time, its hand quickly condensed a dark orb. Kang Hyun-woo quickly sensed the danger. It's casting a dark orb. Suddenly, his eyes sensed a killing intent from behind. Instantly, he deftly raised his sword to block. An arrow scraped along his sword and shot straight towards the hobgoblin's eye. The arrow lodged directly in one of its eyes, causing the hobgoblin to scream incessantly. He angrily glared at Park Cheol-min behind him and silently cursed, what the hell? At a critical moment he gets high. Is he trying to kill me? The boy seemed to realize his mistake and said fearfully, sorry. Kang Hyun-woo didn't think for long and quickly rushed towards the hobgoblin. But priority is to take this thing down first. Besides, a normal hobgoblin can't beat me. He didn't hesitate to charge at the monster, cutting off its arm with one sword stroke. While the hobgoblin was in pain, he shouted, backline, what are you doing? Attack! Strangely, Cheol-min and Jia had just been standing there blankly. Seeing him call them, they stammered in reply, yes! At this moment, with the help of the two, countless damages were inflicted on the hobgoblin's body, making it only scream in pain. The combined techniques of the backline had completely defeated it. The system notification sound rang out at the same time. Final boss defeated. You have just slain the final boss of the dungeon. Looking at the hobgoblin's corpse gradually fading away, Kang Hyun-woo tiredly wiped his sweat. Only Jia and Cheol-min were cheerfully shouting, "Because we defeated the hobgoblin, isn't it just Hyun-woo?" Choi Somi also joined the group of two. She clapped her hands cheerfully. "Appa, you're so cool." Seeing the group just standing there clapping and flattering him, Kang Hyun-woo was so angry his eyes saw stars. "These damn brats!" Park Cheol-min then approached him. Looking into Kang Hyun-woo's sharp, staring eyes, he said shyly, "Ah, well, that was just a small mistake earlier, right?" Moment later, looking at the countless items dropped on the ground, the group was in a flurry. "What about these items? Doesn't Hyun-woo deserve them all?" A series of equipment was listed by the system: random pet egg, 5 silver and 28 copper coins, and a book titled Dark Orb Scroll. Kang Hyun-woo looked at the group in front of him and thought to himself, "These people seem friendly on the surface, but they're all useless. What if they ambush me?" Seeing him contemplating, Choi Somi couldn't help but call out, "Hyun-woo." Hearing that, Hyun-woo thought of the best solution. "I'll just take one thing and leave." And so Kang Hyun-woo chose the random pet egg and said to Choi Somi, "I just need this egg. Taking the scroll is useless anyway." Hearing that, she asked happily, "Really?" However, Kang Hyun-woo strictly followed the rule of self-preservation. After choosing his item, he immediately distanced himself from the group. He said, "Well, I still have things to do, so I'll be going first." Cheol-min replied cheerfully, "Let's go hunting together again next time." Choi Somi next to him turned on her, "Want to get to know you mode." She shouted, "Can I have your Facebook?" The more enthusiastic they were, the more terrifying they seemed in Kang Hyun-woo's eyes. He forced a laugh and replied, "Ha-ha, next time." After running out of their sight, Kang Hyun-woo muttered, "Really? Who knows who will stab you in the back? I can't let my guard down." And just like that, he didn't know how long he had been running out of the goblin cave and into the crowded streets. While walking, he took the opportunity to check his status panel. "Phew, anyway, I've reached level 10. He ran to a place and stopped looking up and saying, "Finally, I can advance my class." It turned out his destination was a huge skyscraper in the suburbs. A towering tower appeared. It was the class tower, also known as the class advancement tower. Each floor corresponded to a class level that players could advance to, similar to a department store. For players who reached level 10, this tower was extremely important. Kang Hyun-woo held an egg in his hand and looked at the description, random pet egg. Inside this egg is a random pet species. It could be a giant dragon, or it could just be a puppy. How to use. After being infused with magic, the egg will hatch within 1 hour. He thought to himself, "It will take an hour for this egg to hatch." Kang Hyun-woo looked up at the sky and decided, "All right, I'll find a class in the meantime." The warrior floor manager Khan looked at him and asked, "So you want to become a warrior?" Kang Hyun-woo replied confidently, "That's right. I'm here for that purpose." In his heart, he thought, "Only when I reach the second class advancement will the class really become important." Khan greatly admired his spirit and praised him. "Smart, my friend. I like it." Khan proposed, "Unlike those clueless fools on the lower floors, I will directly decide if you are qualified to become a warrior or not through a match." Kang Hyun-woo saw this as a good opportunity and exclaimed, "Great." Khan picked up a sword and said, "Let's begin, shall we?" Ixklau. He threw the sword to Kang Hyun-woo and said, "But you attack first. Now show me what you've got." Kang Hyun-woo took the sword and got into a ready stance, his face showing clear excitement. "All right, I won't be holding back. Yes, bring it on." His foot immediately pushed off the ground and he rushed forward. Kang Hyun-woo swung once at Khan, but it was blocked. Looking at the mark left on the sword, Khan thought to himself, "What a powerful sword stroke. His way of using the sword is extremely proficient." Khan observed his every move and evaluated him in his heart. Completely different from other adventurers, he is more than qualified to become a warrior. Kang Hyun-woo continuously slashed at Khan, but none of them were effective. He only needed one hand to block the attacks. The two seemed to have a synergy in this battle, both their faces showing clear excitement. Khan began to channel his power into the sword, thinking, "But no matter what, you are just an adventurer without an official class." He used his critical strike skill, sending our protagonist flying. Khan felt a bit regretful as he looked at him. Too lacking in skill, so defeating me is impossible. Suddenly, Kang Hyun-woo placed his hands on the ground and kicked up right at Khan's hand. Khan was shocked to see himself at a disadvantage. His face covered in cold sweat. He couldn't help but think, he blocked my sword strike with a kick. Kang Hyun-woo didn't pay much attention to Khan's expression and remarked, "Wow, I just tried a move and it was pretty effective." This statement made Khan even more terrified of his talent. He even had the leisure to think of a counterattack while dodging. He doesn't follow traditional swordsmanship, but is extremely flexible. Is this what they call innate talent? While he was thinking, Kang Hyun-woo had once again raised his sword to strike him. Khan immediately shouted, "Stop! That's enough! You more than meet the standard to become a warrior." The sword quickly stopped at Khan's neck, just a few centimeters from cutting him. Kang Hyun-woo lowered his sword and thought to himself, "I was just warming up." Khan raised his hands in surrender. "Your skills are truly magical. I, Khan, acknowledge that you have officially become a warrior." The system quickly announced, "Class advancement successful. You have become a warrior. Attack and constitution stats have increased by 10. Received title, Warrior acknowledged by Khan. Title for adventurers acknowledged by the strict class manager Khan. Effect increases the attack power of melee weapons by 5%. Kang Hyun-woo looked at the system panel and saw that he had received a new skill, followed by countless useful skills, and was satisfied. "Not bad, I even got a title. It was worth the effort." Suddenly Khan threw something at him and said, "If it's you, you can definitely do it. Take this." The system then displayed, "Received a new quest." Khan smiled and gave him the quest. "Once you are confident in your strength, go find the owner of that coin." Kang Hyun-woo looked at the coin in his hand and then at the quest panel. "Meet the Knight of Kian. You have been recommended by the class manager Khan. If you are confident in your strength, go find the Knight of Kian LeBron. Rank E. Objective, meet the Knight of Kian. Reward, LeBron's skill." Kang Hyun-woo was shocked. He already remembered who it was and thought to himself, LeBron, the leader of a legion in Arena, and also the strongest knight in the Empire. The reward is the skill of the strongest knight in the Empire. This is awesome. Seeing Kang Hyun-woo's perverted smile, Khan slightly doubted his decision. I wonder if recommending this guy was the right thing to do. Kang Hyun-woo quickly said goodbye to Khan. "Time is money, so I'm leaving. See ya." Kang Hyun-woo walked out of the tower joyfully. Magical for real. I got this quest because I met some special condition, huh? But since it's an E-rank quest, I have to be at least level 50 to do it." Suddenly, the status panel appeared before him. It announced, "Pet egg is about to hatch. Time remaining 1 minute 5 seconds. Kang Hyun-woo was stunned. Huh. He looked at his inventory and remembered, the egg. He joyfully took the egg out, waiting for it to hatch. He couldn't help but exclaim, "I'm so lucky today. Maybe a unique pet will hatch." Although the probability of getting a giant dragon was ridiculously low. Seeing the egg crack accompanied by the system's words, "The egg is starting to hatch," Kang Hyun-woo couldn't wait any longer. It's coming, it's a dragon. But life is not a dream. A cute golden bear appeared and said, "Wrong, babe, the answer is a cute bear." Kang Hyun-woo was shocked, speechless. The bear landed on the ground and continued, "Humph, it seems you are at a loss for words before my exquisite beauty." It took Kang Hyun-woo a while to utter a sentence. "A talking pet?" The bear replied, "You didn't know." His eyes clearly showed the word money. In his heart, he was already excited, thinking, "A talking pet. I've only heard rumors, but I've never seen one with my own eyes. So my pet is a unique class or at least a super rare one. Can I make it perform in a circus to earn money? Either way, I'm going to make a fortune with this." Suddenly, the bear climbed onto his neck, grabbed his hair, and said arrogantly, "From now on, I allow you to serve me. Let's go, human." Seeing Kang Hyun-woo not moving, it tapped his head a few times and called out, "Hey, human, what are you doing? Let's get a move on." Kang Hyun-woo's face darkened. "I don't know what's going on, but I'm sure of one thing." As he spoke, he grabbed its head and lifted it up while the bear was still confused. "Huh." He threw it away and shouted, "You need to be taught some manners." The bear screamed in fear, "Ah!" The sky was clear, and the sun shone through the leaves. The bear with a lump on its head was kneeling on the ground, threatening, "How dare you abuse the successor of Boo Boo Island? But this also qualifies you as my damn master. I can tell you're a lonely loser." Kang Hyun-woo couldn't stand it anymore, and punched it in the head again, scolding, "Shut up, you impudent pet!" The bear cried and lamented, "I'm stuck with a violent master. Hick." Kang Hyun-woo looked at its status panel. Level 5. Teddy Bear. Title Successor of Boo Boo Island. Friendship Level 0. Attack 15. Constitution 30. Agility 15. Magic 50. Skills Bear's Soul Blessing of the Forest. He thought to himself, its stats aren't that bad. A moment later, Kang Hyun-woo decided, "I'll call you Tangy." In his heart, he added short for Gumtengi. Hearing that he had been named the bear quickly became excited. "Tangy, a good name, I like it, my damn master. Let's burn down a wooden house and feast." Kang Hyun-woo coldly refused. Sorry, I was planning to log out." Tangy was furious and shouted, "I was just born a few minutes ago, you bastard." Tangy looked at its master's disappearing figure and stood there stunned, scolding, "My stinky master is so cruel." On the other side, Kang Hyun-woo took off his headset. He sighed and said to himself, "Phew, I've been in here all day." Kwon Young-chan then opened the door to the room. Seeing that Kang Hyun-woo had logged out, he asked, "Are you done? Did you get anything good today?" He replied honestly, "So-so. Got a class and an impudent pet." Hearing this, Kwon Young-chan said, "You got a class already. Then it's time to start preparing, huh?" Kang Hyun-woo didn't quite understand. "Huh?" Kwon Young-chan explained, "What do you mean, huh?" To debut as a streamer, of course. The more he heard, the more confused Kang Hyun-woo became. "A sus streamer?" Kang Hyun-woo sat on the bed and said, "A streamer, huh? I hear this profession is making good money lately." Kwon Young-chan agreed, and then remembered something. "But you need to do one thing first." Kang Hyun-woo asked, "What is it?" Kwon Young-chan was very kind and patiently explained to his clueless friend, "Record every time you play. I'll use those clips to promote you. I'll post them on War Arena." Kang Hyun-woo rubbed the back of his neck and said, "War Arena? Huh, easier said than done." Seeing his friend's lack of confidence, Kwon Young-chan comforted him. "Don't worry, I'll be your manager. If people know that the former #1 is starting to stream, they'll definitely flock to watch." Kang Hyun-woo asked helplessly, "Why do you seem more enthusiastic than me?" Kwon Young-chan puffed out his chest and replied, "Of course it's M-God's debut. How can I not be excited?" Kang Hyun-woo smiled at his friend's excited expression and replied, "All right, I won't let you down." In the Black Mountain Forest of the Western region, a green forest with sunbeams shining down, a group of monsters shaped like humans but with crazed faces and knives in their hands appeared. Kang Hyun-woo said confidently, "Tangy, this is our first hunt together. I'm counting on you." The bear obediently followed the order. "Of course, my blockhead master." Kang Hyun-woo rushed forward and declared, "Today, we're going on a leveling spree." Tangy jumped up from behind and shouted, "Go blockhead master, I'll cheer for you." While Kang Hyun-woo was scolding, "Cheer, cheer my ass," suddenly a blue light enveloped his body. "Huh?" Tangy used the skill Bear's Soul, Rare, Proficiency F, increases STR and Con by 5% for 5 minutes. Cooldown, 1 minute. It happily shouted, "Go on, destroy the enemies." Not only that, Tangy also combined it with the skill Blessing of the Forest, Rare, Proficiency F, increases def by 5% and recovers 0.1% con per second for 5 minutes. Cooldown, 1 minute. Kang Hyun-woo was stunned. "I just found out now you're a support pet, not a defensive one." Just then, a monster raised its knife and charged. "Human, you dare to be distracted in front of us." Kang Hyun-woo calmly sliced the monster in half. "I'm distracted. I like it okay." Looking at his own body, he thought to himself, "Tangy, that stinky pet. I didn't check it carefully yesterday. I didn't expect it to be able to boost my attack constitution and defense stats and even continuously provide recovery buffs. It's even more useful than support players around my level. I'm starting to like it." Kang Hyun-woo joyfully rushed forward, slashing all the monsters he saw. But behind a tree, A dark figure was watching. The person smiled dangerously, and then turned to tell his comrades, today's target is him. He told them his speculation, wind spirit armor and red mole rat pants. He must be a rich guy. A companion asked, what's the script for today? The person immediately replied, how about a new party? Another person spoke up, you guys are really good actors, so we'll ambush him when we get the chance, huh? The only girl in the group asked worriedly, what if this is just his alternate character? The others immediately turned to look at her with a puzzled expression. The girl stammered, well, he seems to fight very skillfully. The stalker said confidently, who cares if it's an alternate character or not? These wanderers in this forest are only around level 20. There's no way he can beat a party with an average level of 40 like us. A group ambush and he's done for. The others chimed in one by one. Yeah, it's not the first or second time we've done this. You're worrying too much. The girl could only apologize to them. The four of them got into a ready stance and declared, so he's today's target. Deal. Let's go get his gear, shall we? On this side, after killing all the monsters, Kang Hyunwoo wiped the sweat from his forehead and breathed a sigh of relief. Phew. Looking back at what he had just done on the screen, he wondered, I've recorded it, but it seems hunting elves isn't very exciting, is it? Tangy jumped up and hugged his arm, praising, Blockhead Master, you're pretty good. Kang Hyunwoo angrily squeezed its head and scolded, I don't feed an impudent thing like you just to hide behind and cheer, and it's not Blockhead Master, just Master. Tangy tried to defend itself. I buffed you, didn't I, Blockhead Master? The more he heard, the angrier he got. He squeezed its head repeatedly and said, so you think you can end the battle just by buffing your constitution? Stat isn't very high, but you should at least show your face and distract the enemy, right? Suddenly a figure appeared and spoke, Kang Hyunwoo asked suspiciously, huh? The group from before approached and greeted him. You're hunting alone. If so, would you like to join our party? Kang Hyunwoo asked suspiciously, a party. In his heart, he thought, this is so fake. The first one acting harmless said, it's lucky to meet another player in the Black Mountain Forest. Meanwhile, Kang Hyunwoo was evaluating them. 2 warriors, an archer, and a priest. A stable lineup. Why do they still want to recruit me even though I'm not a mage? He suddenly noticed a sword behind them. His suspicion grew even more. The equipment they're wearing is all around level 20, but that sword can only be equipped at level 40 or higher. They're hiding their levels and approaching me, which means they're PKers player killers. Suddenly an idea came to him. Oh, but wait. If they really are PKers, then a stray cat has found a fat fish, huh? So Kang Hyunwoo said, wow, you guys would really let me join, thanks. The guy, seeing how easy he was to fool, said on the surface, so you agree to join, right? But in his head, he thought, caught a newbie, hey. He happily introduced each member of the team to him. I'm Ren, the rear guard. These are Cal and Crawford, the vanguards, and the priestess over there is named Basil. Kang Hyunwoo replied friendly, I'm Young-chan. I hope everyone will help me. The bear clinging to his shoulder also mimicked its master and said, I'm Tangy. In his head, Kang Hyunwoo had a bad feeling about telling them his real name. The forest was still green and looked very peaceful. But inside, Kang Hyunwoo was joyfully slaughtering monsters. He used Storm Strike, causing a monster to cry out in pain. The remaining ones were scared and took a defensive stance, wary of the enemy. Kang Hyunwoo quickly and stealthily ran behind Cal, then suddenly rushed forward and used Charge to hit him. Then stealthily hid behind Cal again, giggling, which made the monsters furious. The enraged monster gripped its weapon tightly and cursed, this cowardly human. Kang Hyunwoo smugly hid behind Cal, thinking, these guys are really strong. It's like having a free bodyguard service. At this rate, my level and experience will shoot up. This party is awesome. An hour later, Cal couldn't take it anymore and cursed, what kind of person is he? He always attacks and then hides behind me. It's like we're being used. Every time I pretend to accidentally attack him, he luckily dodges it. This is pissing me off, Cal complained to his team leader. The more I think about it, the angrier I get. Ren could only comfort him. Calm down. We're not here to hunt monsters anyway. Cal asked in frustration. Then how long do we have to wait? Crawford spoke up. Sticking to the script is good, but dragging it out isn't. Ren agreed. Anyway, I was planning to end it early. While fighting the elf chieftain, just kill him and pretend it was an accident. We'll just say it was chaos and a mistake. Crawford praised, "Good plan, Ren, good plan." The four of them didn't know that Tangy on a nearby tree had heard the entire conversation. After telling its master, Kang Hyun-woo wasn't very surprised, but was a little excited. "They said they'll ambush me while fighting the boss, huh?" Tangy waved its hands in a panic. "Yes, blockhead master." After hearing this, Kang Hyun-woo confirmed, "So they must be peekers. Thanks to them I've leveled up quite a bit and met my quota. In that case, I'll backstab them before they can ambush me." Kang Hyun-woo's expression suddenly became dangerous as he imagined something. The title "Peeker gets a taste of their own medicine" sounds appealing, doesn't it? Young-chan would love it. "I'll get revenge for you guys daring to backstab me 1,000 a million times over." Only then did Tangy realize it had worried for nothing. It fearfully backed away and said, "Blockhead master, you're too evil." After talking to each other, the group came back. They put on a harmless expression and said, "Young-chan, sorry to keep you waiting." Kang Hyun-woo generously said, "No problem." Ren smiled and invited him. "Now we're going to hunt the boss. Do you want to come with us?" Kang Hyun-woo pretended to hesitate, asking, "Hunt the boss? Can I be of any help? I might just be a burden." Hearing this, Ren panicked and quickly said, "A burden? No way, your attack power is very strong." In his head, he was silently cursing, "Are you kidding me? You're thinking of bailing at this point." Ren tried to flatter Kang Hyun-woo, making him feel pleased. "If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have come this far. So please, hunt the boss with us." Kang Hyun-woo laughed loudly and said arrogantly, "Ha ha! If you're so sincere, then I must accept. Let's keep the same formation as before." "Okay." Ren immediately agreed. "Of course." In his heart, he breathed a sigh of relief. Phew. Seeing Kang Hyun-woo's smug expression as he said, "I'll show you what it means to carry a team," Cal was so angry he gritted his teeth and cursed silently. "You arrogant bastard. Just wait, I'll send you to hell." And so the whole group fought the monster together. This monster was much stronger than the previous ones. A single swing of its attack required 2 people to block. Suddenly it swung its leg, and Cal was immediately kicked away. He groaned in pain. "Ugh," the monster said contemptuously. "You're already done for, human warrior. If you came to the Black Mountain Forest to test yourself, then bravery is the minimum requirement for a warrior. It seems you're not really ready." The Dark Elf chieftain created a weapon from its hand. Both Cal and Crawford were scared and thought to themselves, "I know it's because we're using low-level gear, but even at level 40, this chieftain is still tough to beat. When is he going to give the signal?" They remembered Ren's instructions. This guy is definitely trying to test his limits, even now while hunting the boss. That's when we'll take him out. I'll shoot a mind-piercing arrow, and at the same time Basil will buff everyone. Then we'll divert all attacks to him. Crawford heard this and replied, "Understood." But Cal asked, "Do we really have to finish him off quickly?" The others asked in confusion, "Ah." They just saw Cal lick the blade in his hand, his face thirsty for blood, and say, "Let me play with that arrogant bastard after he's paralyzed." The others said, "Ah, you're such a pervert." But no one bothered to stop him. Back in the present, Kang Hyun-woo announced, "Great cooldown is over." Ren from behind signaled to Basil, "Let's start." She nodded and replied, "Okay." Basil used her blessing skill. Cal saw this and thought excitedly, "It's finally starting." Ren drew his bow, preparing to shoot. Suddenly, Tangy appeared out of nowhere. It blew lightly into Ren's ear, making him shiver with pleasure, and accidentally release the arrow. At the same time, Cal, with a bloodthirsty aura, stood behind him, with his blade, thinking, "He's let his guard down. How should I torture him?" Suddenly, the arrow pierced a critical point on him, leaving Cal stunned. Crawford called out worriedly. "Cal," Ren quickly explained. "Sorry, this damn golden bear distracted me." Tangy angrily corrected him. "It's not golden bear, it's Tangy." Kang Hyun-woo scratched his head innocently and said, "Sorry, Tangy is a bit mischievous." Cal collapsed to the ground. Before dying, he didn't forget to say, "I'll kill you, you pig." Crawford didn't understand what was happening and just asked, "What's going on?" Ren was fighting with Tangy. Seeing what was behind him, he warned Crawford, "Behind you," but it was too late. The monster grabbed his collar and lifted him up, saying, "Letting your guard down is not a privilege for chickens." Kang Hyun-woo quickly rushed forward, shouting, "Let go of Crawford!" Crawford called out in surprise, "Young-chan, why?" The monster's face hardened. Suddenly it discovered something. Kang Hyun-woo did stab, but he stabbed the wrong person. Crawford, while being choked and stabbed, trembled and coughed up blood, saying, "Why me?" Kang Hyun-woo, calmly with a serious face, said, "The ultimate technique, backstabbing." A scream like a slaughtered pig erupted. "Ah!" Ren and Basil trembled. What are you doing?" Kang Hyun-woo said nonchalantly, "What do you mean the hunter must also be prepared to become the hunted?" Ren tried to proclaim his innocence. "We didn't do anything." Tangy, on the side, put on a wig and reenacted the scene for him. "While fighting the elf chieftain, just kill him and pretend it was an accident. We'll just say it was chaos and a mistake." Ren was horrified and shouted, "How did you know?" He drew his bow, aimed at him, and cursed, "Damn it!" Ren used barrage arrow, but all of them were destroyed by Kang Hyun-woo's sword swing. He even mocked, "Just shooting straight, too predictable." Seeing Kang Hyun-woo laughing loudly, preparing to slaughter his comrades, "Mwahahaha!" Then turning to look at Cal, who was using his last bit of strength to crawl on the ground and curse, "Damn it, if I could get up, you would have been done for long ago, you little bastard." The monster calmly cut off his head and said, "The defeated shouldn't talk so much." Cal was stunned and could only cry out, "Irk!" On the other side, Kang Hyun-woo was fighting 1 against 2 without any disadvantage. The monster said excitedly, "That human is quite interesting." It poked Ren with its staff. Seeing that he had no strength left, Tangy watched them disappear while Kang Hyun-woo was only focused on checking if the recording was okay. "These guys are just a higher level than me, but they're all chickens. If the opponent is too weak, the viewers won't find it interesting. But this performance should be good enough because this video is pretty entertaining. Now that the performance is over," he chuckled, "it would be great to have another worthy opponent to show off my skills." Just then, the monster who had been waiting on the side spoke up, "Are you done yet, human?" A strong opponent makes the fight more fun. Saying that, he created a weapon from his hand. Kang Hyun-woo got into a ready stance and said, "The subtitle of the video will be Level 20 Player Massacres the Dark Elf Chieftain." The two of them rushed to attack each other. The scene changed. Kwon Young-chan rewatched the recording and praised, "You lucky bastard. How did you deal with all of them?" Kang Hyun-woo didn't hide anything and said proudly, "The gear from the PKers plus the boss drop rewards, I hit the jackpot today. Because of the PK penalty, they dropped a lot of gear." After hearing this, Kwon Young-chan commented, "Looks like this video is going to be a big hit. If we can find a good editor, we can start the plan." After a few tutoring sessions, Kang Hyun-woo finally understood a little. "Ah, you mean a streamer, huh?" Kwon Young-chan, while rewatching the recording, replied, "Something like that." Kang Hyun-woo asked in confusion, "Huh, it's related to me, but I don't know about it." Kwon Young-chan mysteriously stood up and went out. "When the time comes, you'll know." The printer was working, producing a piece of paper. On it was the text, "Plan to turn Kang Hyun-woo into a star. Progress 1%. Chapter 8. Kwon Young-chan sat in front of the computer searching, but couldn't find any results. There are no decent editors. Looking at the information on the screen, he judged, "This person's skills are not good, and this person can't be contacted. Maybe I should increase the salary a bit. Hyun-woo's filming is good. All that's left is to find a good editor." While Kwon Young-chan was thinking like this, something caught his attention. He happily looked at the information. Ellis Movies, Specialty Editing Arena Videos, Achievement, this month's most trending video on Arena World, Arena Creator of the Year. Kwon Young-chan said happily, "Ah, this is the one, I've found an editor." He moved the mouse and thought to himself, although the salary demand is a bit high, this person is extremely suitable. Ellis, a famous anonymous video editor, in the Arena content creator community. This person meticulously polished every frame of the video and added background music very carefully. Their way of color grading the video was extremely captivating to viewers. Ellis was given a nickname by the Arena content creator community, the Master Video Editor. That's what they called Ellis. At this moment in a dark room, a person was sitting in front of a screen typing and cursing, "This is physical garbage. This is too. How are you so bad? You're only strong because you pay to win, you useless bum. You're as bad as shit at fighting and you want me to edit your video. Delete all of it. The screen showed a series of folders about to be deleted. Suddenly, he saw a message from Kwon Young-chan. Young-chan, the guy Michon introduced me to. Ellis Movies pressed play on the machine to see what was inside. His eyes widened in shock. This is... Ellis Movies started typing, investigating him. He's the one who uploaded M-God's videos. This clinic hunting story is perfect, not to mention the fight with the elf chieftain. It's too amazing. His face was filled with joyful excitement as he shivered and exclaimed, I really want to edit this video. It's surprising that this pervert is Ellis Movies. Ellis looked at Kang Hyun-woo on the screen. He decided, from now on, you are officially my idol. I will bring you to all the glory of arena. At this moment, Kang Hyun-woo seemed to sense the perversion from afar and got goosebumps. Tangy, seeing him looking around, asked, What's wrong, Blockhead Master? Kang Hyun-woo was still trying to find where that feeling was coming from and replied, I suddenly got the chills. Is there an enemy hiding around here? After not being able to find it, Kang Hyun-woo didn't care anymore. Whatever. From the palm of his hand, something appeared. Tangy asked curiously, What's that, Blockhead Master? Kang Hyun-woo replied, Because of the PK penalty, the PKers dropped this. Random Rare Skill Book. Rare. Effect. When used, the player will receive a random rare skill. Holding the book in his hand along with the description, Kang Hyun-woo was excited. Selling this would probably make a fortune, but if I use it, maybe I'll get lucky with something good. Hey Tangy, suppose I have a piece of unexplored land, and I don't know for sure what it will be like. Do you think I should cultivate it or just sell it? Tangy didn't understand and asked, Why did you buy that land? Kang Hyun-woo thought for a moment and said, For farming maybe. Tangy asked again, But why are you thinking of selling the land? Are you short on money? Kang Hyun-woo said in confusion, No, it's not like that. In his heart he thought, I've already sold all the gear from those peakers, so it's not necessary to sell this. Thinking too much gave him a headache. Kang Hyun-woo opened the book and said, Whatever, it's not like I bought it. It won't hurt to try. The system announced, You have used the Random Rare Skill Book. You have acquired a new skill. The screen then displayed, Blood for Blood, a skill full of passion, type passive, rarity rare, proficiency F, ignores 10% of the opponent's defense. Kang Hyun-woo shouted in surprise, A whole 10%. He joyfully grabbed Tangy's hand and spun around. I hit the jackpot, I'm glad I used it, Tangy, you're my lucky charm. Tangy shouted in fear, Put me down, you blockhead master. A few days later, Hyun-woo's video was uploaded to Arena War. The website replayed the video from that day with the title PK Clinic and the Aftermath. A series of comments popped up. The video received an explosive reaction, especially from those who had been PK'd as newbies. Kwon Young-chan saw this result and was excited. Nice, over 150,000 views already. He remarked, I knew it. Ellis Movies' editing is top-notch. This person charged a lower price than usual. They must be a fan of Hyun-woo. I should post it on my channel too. The sky had turned dark and the buildings began to light up. At the company N, the business department manager Kale looked at the screen and evaluated the video. Luring PKers, tricking the tricksters. What an interesting idea. He was a bit surprised that the video wasn't over yet after watching it. Oh, it's still not over. Kale observed Kang Hyun-woo's fight with the Dark Elf Chieftain. The attacks were neat without any excess. The Dark Elf Chieftain roared in anger. It attacked continuously, but all of them were dodged by Kang Hyun-woo. Then he smiled and rushed forward. Seeing the Dark Elf Chieftain at a disadvantage, Kale remarked, A player at this level easily slaying the Dark Elf Chieftain with such skillful techniques. He was intrigued and thought to himself, All this time I've been wasting my time with unqualified candidates. This person has all the qualities to become a star. Kale opened his channel and decided, I have to make him sign a contract with N. Channel name, Agon. I have to contact him quickly. At this time in the Black Mountain Forest of the northern region, an orc screamed, Ki, as it was cut down. The rest screamed in terror, Gahuk! Kang Hyun-woo calmly faced them and ordered Tangy buff. Tangy happily complied, Right away, blockhead master. Kang Hyun-woo began his slaughter excitedly, thinking, I'm leveling up much faster than when I was M-God. As a newbie, I lacked both knowledge and equipment. This time, things are much easier. But I'm 2 years late, so I have to get stronger really fast. Thinking this, he increased his speed. He observed his status panel. Kang Hyun-woo, level 24, class warrior. Titles, warrior acknowledged by Khan. Attack 55, constitution 40, agility 50, magic 30, unassigned points 5. Now I can take on the whole orc plane. Suddenly Tangy raised its hand and said, I think I've gotten stronger, Blockhead Master. Kang Hyun-woo immediately checked its status panel. Pet Tangy, level 15, type teddy bear, title successor of Boo Boo Island, friendship level 15, skills bear's soul blessing of the forest. He said in surprise, You're already level 15. Thinking that his pet was unique and at the top of the food chain, Kang Hyun-woo was overjoyed. Each type of pet has a different stat increase per level. Common is 3 to 5, rare is 6 to 7, and unique is 8 to 10. A stat increase like this means Tangy is definitely a unique grade pet. It's a great support, and in the future it can probably defend too. While he was thinking so positively about it, it climbed onto his head and ordered, Blockhead Master, I'm tired. Carry me. Kang Hyun-woo thought in annoyance, I just need to fix this impudent attitude. After giving Tangy a lump on its head, Kang Hyun-woo checked the orc corpses and reminded it, Remember to check carefully, don't miss anything. Got it. Tangy was very resentful, but could only curse in its mind, Stingy Blockhead Master. Suddenly, something shiny caught his attention. What's this? Holding the item in his hand, he wondered, a necklace. Why would an item like this drop here? I've never seen this before. The system immediately announced, received a new quest, successor of the grassland beast tribe. Kang Hyun-woo was horrified by his ability to find trouble. He couldn't help but exclaim, a quest? Successor of the grassland beast tribe. Chapter 9. Looking at the notification, received a new quest. Kang Hyun-woo asked suspiciously, and checked what the quest said. Successor of the grassland beast tribe. You have picked up the bone necklace of Cancun, the future chieftain of the grassland beast tribe. Take this necklace to Raccoon, the current chieftain. Rank D+. Objective. Give the bone necklace to Raccoon 01. Reward EXP details. To make Chieftain Raccoon appear, you must be acknowledged by the grassland Great King Dakan. After reading it, he thought to himself, a delivery quest. Seeing the quest requirement, Kang Hyun-woo was frustrated. A place that requires recognition from the final boss? What's that like? Tangy next to him couldn't see clearly and said, Hey, Blockhead Master, I want to see too. Kang Hyun-woo found it a bit interesting. Slaying the Great King Dakan will be tough, and Chieftain Raccoon is probably just an NPC, a hidden quest. This is pretty interesting. Kang Hyun-woo put the necklace away and told himself, since it's a D+ rank quest, I need to be at least level 30 to do it, so that's 4 more levels. He happily decided, all right, deal. Tangy didn't understand anything, its face showing clear confusion. Kang Hyun-woo grabbed Tangy and rushed forward saying, we have to grind, let's go hunt Tangy. Tangy resisted unwillingly, shouting, let's rest for a bit, you evil master. Tangy emotionlessly listened to its master's complaints. So slow, so damn slow. Oh my god. Kang Hyun-woo stood amidst the orc corpses and shouted, I've been grinding forever and only leveled up once, is this the limit of solo hunting, damn it? Tangy angrily retorted, what do you mean solo? I've been supporting you from behind and I'm exhausted, you blockhead master. Kang Hyun-woo didn't pay any attention to it and was still thinking, hunting in a party would be much faster for leveling up, but that's if I can find reachable teammates. Tangy, being ignored, cursed, you damn blockhead master, are you deaf? Suddenly a sound from the forest caught his attention. Kang Hyun-woo suspiciously assessed, sounds like an explosion. Magic. On the other side, a slender hand was forming a magic circle. The person used magic arrow to attack an orc's leg, making it cry out in pain. Cock! Before it could understand what was happening, a light flashed again. The person used fireball to destroy the monster. The orc's head, burned black, lay on the ground. The one who attacked the monster was the mage Mason. He wiped the sweat from his face and sighed, phew, the 10th one. Mason tiredly sat down on the ground and lamented, My mana is dropping like blood pressure. I've used up almost all my mana potions. I guess I'll rest for today. He thought dejectedly, a mage hunting alone. So limiting. Suddenly 2 dark figures appeared behind him, 1 person and 1 bear staring at Mason and calling out, hello. Mason immediately got into a defensive stance, thinking in fear, a monster I haven't even had a chance to rest. Mason shot a magic arrow at the 2. After looking closely, Mason was even more panicked. Oh my God, it's a person. Seeing a burn mark on the person's shoulder, Mason quickly said, I'm so sorry, sir. Kang Hyun-woo had tilted his head to dodge. He rubbed his head with one hand and held a teary-eyed Tangy with the other, saying, Phew, that was close. Mason was surprised and thought, he dodged my magic arrow from this distance. Kang Hyun-woo greeted him first. Don't worry, it was my fault for appearing so suddenly. I'm Hyun-woo. Mason bowed his head and replied awkwardly, I'm Mason. He asked cautiously, what do you need from me? In his heart, he thought, this person is dressed weirdly and is hugging a suspicious teddy bear. After assessing the attack just now, Kang Hyun-woo thought, his magic power and casting speed meet the standard. Deal. I'll hire this slave. He said friendly, it seems you're also hunting alone. Want to form a party to grind? Mason was suspicious. A party. Kang Hyun-woo acted confident. I'm very strong, I swear. Seeing his demeanor, Mason became even more suspicious. I've never heard of a peaker with such a strange appearance. And since he could dodge my magic arrow, he's probably not to be trifled with. Hunting alone is quite tough, so this could be a good opportunity for me. After weighing the pros and cons, Mason decided, all right, let's party up. The 2 shook hands and said, nice to work with you. Somewhere in the Black Mountain Forest, an orc with a face that offended the eyes screamed, Guak! Before it could be on screen for long, a single cut sliced it in half. A person in full black armor lowered their blade and said coldly, annoying. The girl behind him teased, Sean, since we went through the trouble of coming here, you should enjoy it. The person in armor showed clear disgust. So annoying. The girl said helplessly, well, it's the guild leader's order. The person in black armor belonged to the Black Skull Guild, named Sean. The young man was named Jian, also from the Black Skull Guild. She turned her head and asked, Junwoo, how do you find this trip? Is it safe? Park Junwoo replied happily, of course, senior. This is my first time being carried like this. In his heart, he thought, I Park Junwoo, a member of the famous Black Skull Guild. My account was recently deleted due to an incident, but because the higher-ups value my contributions to the guild, they ordered me to create a new account and sent 2 seniors to protect me and get me back to my old level. The reason I ended up in this situation is because some coward trespassed on our territory and cheated to win against me in a character deletion match. The face that appeared in his mind was exactly like our protagonist's, just with his eyes covered. Park Junwoo resolved, I will find you and make you taste the wrath of my guild. With the help of his seniors? Jen was currently complaining, I haven't seen any orcs today. Is there another party hunting? Sean spoke up, today's goal was to get you to level 25, but at this rate it's impossible. In his heart, he thought, to have cleared it out this thoroughly, it must be more than 1 or 2 parties. Park Junwoo spotted one in front and shouted, Senior, there's a newly respawned orc over there. He rushed forward excitedly, not knowing how weak he was. You 2 stay back, I'll handle it. The 2 were so surprised they couldn't stop him in time and could only call out, Hey Junwoo! A series of orc corpses fell to the ground. Mason happily said to him, Hyunwoo, partying up with you is amazing. Hunting together like this is way more effective than hunting alone. Kang Hyun-woo also agreed, yeah, I leveled up. He started planning in his head. First, we'll lure the orcs into a specific area. Mason will use area of effect magic to attack. Finally, I'll finish them off. By repeating this tactic, we'll level up like crazy. Tangy stood in front of Mason and said, Hey mage, your skills are pretty good. I permit you to serve me. Mason thought it was a joke and laughed. Ha ha ha, what a funny bear. Kang Hyun-woo whispered evilly into Tangy's ear. Are you sure he greeted me with a magic arrow? Only then did Tangy remember the scene of their first meeting, and was startled. Oh, right. I'm so confused. Attacking recklessly is not good. Mason disagreed and retorted, It was both our faults, I was just startled. Who would want to attack someone else? Seeing a monster in front, Tangy kindly reported, "Blockhead master, another monster has appeared." Kang Hyunwoo picked up his sword and said, "I'll handle it for you. You save your mana." Mason, getting a break, was overjoyed and quickly replied, "Okay, Hyunwoo." He let out a bored sigh, then quickly rushed forward and used charge, making the orc cry out, "Gu-ak!" Suddenly he saw something. Park Young-gu also ran over at this time, seeing his target being killed and shouting, "My orc!" Seeing his face, Park Young-gu cursed, "You son of a bitch, I've been looking for you." Before he could finish, Kang Hyun-woo kicked him in the face. Park Young-gu was kicked in the face and cried out in pain. After causing an accident, Kang Hyun-woo acted very innocent. "Oh my god, I thought it was a monster, sorry." Jin and Sean also arrived at this time and hurriedly supported Park Jung-gu's battered body, calling out, "Junwoo." At the same time, Kang Hyun-woo was also worried, but in a different way, telling his teammate, "Mason, he scared me, so it's not my fault, right?" Park Young-gu heard this and tried to stand up, accusing him, "You clearly did it on purpose, seniors, it's him." He shouted, "You're done for, you bastard, you dare to delete my account." Kang Hyun-woo calmly replied, "Oh, it's you." Mason felt this was all very absurd. He looked at the guy's face and thought to himself, his nose is bleeding like a river. Chapter 10. Park Junwoo was helped up by his two comrades, groaning pitifully, You clearly did it on purpose, seniors, it's him." Suddenly he charged forward with a face that couldn't be worse, roaring, "You're done for, you bastard, you dare to delete my account." Kang Hyun-woo recognized the opponent. "Oh, it's you." Mason looked at him like a strange creature. He was completely bewildered. His nose is bleeding like a river. He coldly asked, "What was your name again?" The guy roared resentfully, "Park Junwoo, my name is Park Junwoo." Mason cautiously asked, "Do you know this guy?" Hyunwoo cheerfully introduced him. "Ah, he's a brain-dead friend of mine who lost a character deletion match." Being provoked, Junwoo furiously roared, "Who's your friend, you bastard?" He shouted, "Today 2 executioners from my guild are here, you're dead for sure." Jian placed a hand on his shoulder to help his comrade calm down. "Calm down, Junwoo." She turned to Hyunwoo's group and said, "You should stop now, my patience is also limited." He cleaned his ear, acting like he didn't care. "Patience. What are you going to do when it runs out? I'm not afraid of your so-called Black Skull Guild." She turned black with anger and corrected him, "It's the Black Skull Guild." Mason asked fearfully, "They look at least level 60. They're not planning to ambush us, are they?" Hyunwoo laughed. "Mason, if we have to fight, don't you join in." They ignored his words and turned to leave. "So annoying. Let's go. We're busy hunting." Junwoo saw this and broke out in a sweat, quickly shouting, "Seniors!" He resorted to a cowardly trick. "Then I'll have to report you too." Sean and Jian turned around in confusion. He threatened them even though he looked pathetic. "Being beaten to a pulp like this is what I deserve. I will report to the higher-ups that Jian and Sean allowed someone to insult the guild and walked away." Junwoo demanded, "Please help me with this. After this is over, I will atone for my sins." Sean silently looked at him and sighed in exasperation. "Humph." Then with a powerful blow from the greatsword in his hand, Sean smashed Junwoo's face, scolding him while hitting, "So arrogant." He lay uselessly on the ground. It seemed like it was over, but no, Sean thought. But if there's one less party, hunting will be more convenient. Hyunwoo laughed. "Ha! So you want to fight?" "How about a character deletion match?" Mason shouted in panic. "If you lose, your character will be gone too," Tangy asked worriedly. "If you lose, what will happen to me?" Hyunwoo nonchalantly replied, "Well, you'll disappear with me." It shouted in shock at this irresponsibility. "What?" Hyunwoo loudly challenged, "The 3 of you. If you're good enough, come at me. The rules will be winner takes all, loser gets deleted, and representative combat." Sean agreed. "Ha, a level 20-something full of pride. I accept the challenge." Let's briefly explain what representative combat is. A representative from each team will fight. The winner remains while the loser is replaced. The rule is simple. The side that runs out of members first loses. The battle begins. Player Kang Hyunwoo versus player Sean. Park Junwoo roared from behind, "This time you'll shut up, you bastard." He was scolded again. "You're too loud, Park Junwoo." Mason asked worriedly, Will you be okay? Tangy was so angry, it started to cry, shouting, "If you lose, I'll curse you to be a lonely loser for the rest of your life, you blockhead master." Hyunwoo laughed and said, "Don't worry, this game is easy." The match is about to begin. A barrier was cast down. Sean said, "We're busy, so I'll knock you out in one blow." He told him, because of the level gap, 1 blow is a bit much for me, but 10 blows is nothing. Sean charged forward to attack first. I see why Park Junwoo hates you so much." He very quickly got close to Hyunwoo. The greatsword was brought down. He easily dodged it. Sean was extremely surprised. Even more surprising was that his neck was already wounded. Hyunwoo counted 1. Park Junwoo and John's faces turned pale. Mason's eyes were opened. Amazing. He read the trajectory of the greatsword and even counterattacked while dodging. Sean furiously attacked, groaning, "Ugh!" He was confused, seeing all his attacks being dodged, not understanding why can't I hit him? Sean took another blow. He thought, logically considering both level and equipment, I should have won. Why is this happening? Seeing his confusion, Hyunwoo leisurely dodged and confided, "Surprised. Everyone thinks that just with a higher level, they can easily win, but arena is different." He punched him, sending his armor flying. Level and equipment are not what guarantee your victory in PvP. Note, PvP is player versus player. While talking, Hyunwoo landed another blow. "Even if my level is lower, there's always a way for me to beat you." He counted 3. He explained to him that is to continuously aim for weaknesses. It's time-consuming, but once you master it, any player at any level can be defeated. Sean coughed up blood and knelt down in pain. Mason was truly amazed. "Hyunwoo, I knew he was skilled, but I didn't expect that at this level." Looking at Jane and Junwoo standing there, stunned, he asked, "What's wrong with you guys?" The result of the match has been decided. The opening match player Kang Hyunwoo wins. He waved his hand, inviting, "Let's go next match." It was a complete one-sided slaughter. Jean was sweating nervously. The result was swift. Stunned by Hyunwoo's skills, John was knocked out without any resistance. So only one member remained, Park Junwoo. Hyunwoo mocked, "How ridiculous." He taunted, "Leeching off others to level up and reset your character, but your character is about to be deleted again." He trembled. Hyunwoo said, "I'm curious if there's anyone else in the guild who wants to carry you." He thought to himself, "Why does this guy remind me of Yonghan Beek?" He compared, "They're both arrogant pricks who rely on others to back them up, and they even look similar." Hyunwoo was very happy to be able to belittle these people. "It makes me want to humiliate him even more." "Ha!" He demanded, "Kneel down, maybe I'll spare you." Junwoo trembled nonstop. What should I do? What should I do? Before, Park Junwoo was knocked out in one hit when he was level 40. Now he was only level 20. There was no way for him to win. Park Junwoo trembled uncontrollably, terrified to the core, his heart beating erratically. Surprisingly, detecting his abnormal state, the arena system decided to give him a small gift. The eyes of Junwoo's character glowed red. Player Park Junwoo has entered a berserk state. He roared like a mad beast. Mason and Tangy shouted in panic, He's gone berserk!" Junwoo charged forward uncontrollably. From the first time we met, Hyunwoo stabbed his sword into the ground and said, "I already knew you were the hot-headed type." He raised his fist, activating Titan's Strength. "Your attack stat will be increased for a limited time." "A few words, customer. It's time for me to send you home." Hyunwoo said, "You're not welcome here." A thunderous punch was successfully delivered. Park Junwoo was knocked to the ground again, this time by an extremely powerful force, creating a huge bang. The ground was devastated, dust flying everywhere. Park Junwoo lay flat on the ground, completely unconscious. The game announced, "Victory, you have won the combat match. You will receive a reward based on the winner-takes-all rule." 3 chests appeared. Hyunwoo was surprised and exclaimed, "Oh!" He was stunned to realize, "I got 3 rewards. It's like they came to offer me their equipment. This is much more effective than hunting." Mason rushed over. "Hyunwoo!" He put his hands on his hips and said, "I told you it was fine." Mason cheered excitedly. "You're so cool. You defeated those higher-level guys with just your skills." He declared, "From now on, you are officially my idol." Hyunwoo laughed awkwardly. Haha. He thought, if I told him I used to be the #1 on the server, would he be surprised? Seeing Mason's eyes shining like a starry sky, he broke out in a sweat. But this is a bit embarrassing. Putting those issues aside for now, Hyunwoo spoke up. Then let's continue grinding. Mason replied enthusiastically, yes. At the end of their partnership today, the mage was very grateful. Thanks to you, today's hunt was very smooth. Can we continue next time? The game announced player Justin Mason has sent a friend request. He accepted. Yeah, let's do that. Tangy clung to Hyunwoo's shoulder and waved. See you next time, mage. To summarize the results, thanks to partying with Mason, his level had reached 31. Status panel. Kang Hyunwoo LV, 31 warrior. Titles, warrior acknowledged by Khan. STR, 64, plus 68. AGI, 68, plus 28. Khan, 49, plus 150. Mag, 30. Unassigned points, 0. Seeing Mason happily leave, Hyunwoo thought, it's rare to find a kid as innocent as him in arena. His skills are also quite good, so I have a feeling we'll become closer in the future. He realized he had leveled up enough. Now then, Tangy said happily. Let's rest, Blockhead Master, I want to rest. Not so fast, Bear. I've decided to finish that quest. Tangy's face turned pale and it broke out in a sweat, no longer happy, asking in confusion. Let's see what they have to do. The objective of the quest is to deliver the necklace to meet Chieftain Raccoon. First, I have to find the boss that appears in the grassland of the beast tribe Dakan. Quest details. Successor of the grassland beast tribe. You have picked up the bone necklace of Cancun, the future chieftain of the grassland beast tribe. Take this necklace to Raccoon, the current chieftain. Rank D+. Objective, give the bone necklace to Raccoon, 0-1. Reward, EXP details. To make Chieftain Raccoon appear, you must be acknowledged by the grassland Great King Dakan. One person and one bear wandered around searching. The boss monster randomly appears in its area with a respawn cycle of about 12 hours. More than 12 hours had passed since I arrived here. It must be here now. Hyunwoo furiously roared, Why won't Dakan show up? Tangy collapsed tiredly. It whined, Let's rest for a bit, Blockhead Master. I'm too tired to move. He replied, Yeah, I'm tired too. Tangy pointed to a door under a giant tree looking like a place where a hidden dungeon would appear. I think that place is quite suitable for a rest. It's better to relax a bit. He found it a bit strange. Why is there a place like this here? As expected, the quest had progressed, now entering the abode of the great king Dakan. Hyunwoo was overjoyed and exclaimed, Dakan's abode. Tangy, who just wanted to rest, looked like its soul was about to leave its body with no vitality left. He excitedly picked it up and spun it around. So that's the entrance to Dakan. I knew you could do it, Tangy. You're really a lucky charm. In complete contrast to his joy, Tangy cried and cursed, Damn it, I want to rest. Having no other choice, Hyunwoo had to comfort it. All right, I won't carry you anymore. Stop crying. Tangy exhaustedly left. He stood before the door. It doesn't appear in the area like a normal boss monster. I wonder if it's because of the special quest that it's hiding in this dungeon. Anyway, I've found it. Hyunwoo stepped inside and inquired, Excuse me. Something blocked him. He was startled and let out a meaningless sound. Ha! Hyunwoo was a bit tense and tried to greet him friendly. Hello there, he thought to himself. The colossal body emits a terrifying pressure. He was surprised. This is Dakan, a giant monster with a healthy and powerful appearance. He asked, What business does a human like you have here? This was exactly the boss he was looking for, the grassland Great King Dakan. Hyunwoo assessed, I feel like with my current level fighting him would be suicide. He lost his patience. I asked what your business is. He obediently took out the item. I came to deliver this necklace to Chieftain Raccoon. Dakan recognized it immediately. Isn't that Cancun's necklace? That damn brat is causing trouble again. He reached for the item and said, Thanks, you can go now. Dakan missed the necklace. He frowned. 3 more times like that. As expected, it was because Hyunwoo didn't hand it over. Angered, Dakan leaned in close and growled, I told you to hand over that necklace and leave. Are you deaf? Hyunwoo made an innocent face and said, I want to personally hand this over to Sir Raccoon. He thought to himself, no way the quest will end here if I give him the necklace. He had calculated everything. I have to make the most of this quest. Dakan laughed heartily. I praise your courage, but if you want to meet the chieftain, you must have enough strength. He declared, I will test you. The battle he had been waiting for was about to begin. Received a new quest, Dakan's recognition. You need recognition from Dakan to meet Raccoon. Fight him to gain his trust. Rank D+. Objective, gain. Dakan's recognition, 0/1. Reward, Dakan's favor, Dakan's necklace. He said excitedly, I knew there was another quest. This necklace is at least rare. He spoke up, the test begins now. Then he grabbed Hyunwoo's head. He was surprised. Irk! Immediately after, Hyunwoo was thrown into the air screaming in fear. Ah! He quickly tried to handle the situation, adjusting his posture in midair, gritting his teeth, and landing safely. Dakan then charged with his sword. A powerful blow was struck with extreme force. He was surprised to find that he had missed. He dodged my critical strike. Immediately after taking advantage of the smoke created by the previous attack, Hyunwoo charged for a surprise attack. However, it was useless. Before he could even get close, Dakan mocked, still struggling. Then he dodged the blow with style, using the greatsword stuck in the ground as a pivot and swinging on it. When Hyunwoo lost his momentum and charged forward, he took the opportunity to land a kick. He still dodged. Another powerful blow came down. This time it hit. It looked painful. Hyunwoo gritted his teeth and endured, thinking to himself, level 31 is still too damn weak. He's too strong for my skills to defeat. He felt that he was truly the strongest opponent he had faced since returning to arena. Dakan lifted his greatsword and said, This is not enough to meet the chieftain. Is this all you've got? His current HP was only 125 and 20. Hyunwoo forced himself up. Of course not. I haven't even gone all out yet. He shouted, Summon Tangy. While leisurely drinking tea, it was startled to realize its break was over. Hyunwoo shouted, Tangy, it's an emergency. Prepare to buff me now. It trembled in frustration. Blockhead Master, do you know how long it's been since you let me rest? Tangy jumped up and scolded, Why so much monster hunting you're getting addicted? Hyunwoo also got up and scolded it. What a pet should act like a pet. Dakan was speechless watching the person in bear argue. He asked, Are you the one who's always causing trouble on Boo Boo Island? Tangy recognized Dakan. Oh, uncle. He smiled and greeted, Long time no see, is he your master? It replied, That's right, uncle. You can just call him Blockhead Master. Hyunwoo was so surprised his eyes popped out. What the? You two know each other? Tangy asked, Are you two fighting? He replied, No, I'm taking a test to meet Raccoon. It hummed, Oh, Sir Raccoon. Dakan stomped on the ground. That's enough nonsense. Don't forget you're still in a test. If he's your master, I'll allow both of you to fight together. Are you participating? Tangy acted hesitant. If I interfere directly, it won't be good. So I'll just buff from behind Blockhead Master. Hyunwoo smiled tensely and mocked, Well, that's all you can do anyway. Very quickly, a notification appeared that he had been buffed. You have received Bear's Soul. Constitution and Strength stats will be increased. You have received Blessing of the Forest. Defense stat has been increased. HP will be continuously recovered. Dakan was ready to fight. Come on, human. I won't go easy on you just because you're my nephew's master. Hyunwoo was tense. Even with buffs, I don't think I can beat him, but I can't just retreat like this. He resolved to charge forward. I will go as far as I can. Hyunwoo was stunned, lying on the floor. Dakan asked, Is that all? The combat area was plowed like a field. He was silent and admitted, I surrender. Hyunwoo forced himself up, breathing with difficulty. He complained, If I continue, I'll lose my life. Tangy stood beside him, placing a hand on his knee and retorting, Stop exaggerating. You were fighting him very fiercely. Hyunwoo said in frustration, So what if I can't pass? It's all meaningless. Dakan asked, Who said you needed to defeat me? Hyunwoo looked up. Wait, what? The game announced, Quest complete, Dakan's recognition. You have gained Dakan's favor. He said, You have proven yourself. This is the reward for passing the test. A bright light appeared. He exclaimed, Goa received Dakan's necklace. Hyunwoo and Tangi cheered, "Yay!" Immediately after Raccoon appeared, he was shocked, his eyes wide as he read the notification. Huh? A huge roar echoed. A terrifying explosion occurred right behind Hyunwoo. Tangi was held back by Dakan to keep from being blown away by the force of the explosion. A monster even larger than Dakan majestically walked over. It was the chieftain of the grassland beast tribe, Raccoon. Hyunwoo was terrified and couldn't move. So that's Raccoon. Now I understand why I needed to pass the test. A normal person would surely not survive standing before him. He noticed, in terms of strength alone, if Dakan is like a shot of Russian vodka, then Raccoon is like a shot of wild and mighty bourbon. No, maybe even a fine Mautai. Note, both bourbon and Mautai are strong, high-quality spirits. Dakan announced, "Brother, this human came to deliver Cancun's necklace to you." He was shocked. What Cancun Hyunwoo caught between the two giants looked like a shriveled pickle. Raccoon excitedly rushed over and grabbed Hyunwoo. "You brought Cancun's necklace," he replied nervously. "Yes." Hyunwoo handed over the item. He took it. "It's really his." Raccoon gritted his teeth and roared. A single roar with a loud volume was enough to create a shockwave that sent Hyunwoo flying. "Cancun, that damn brat!" he shouted. "Bring him here to me at once." Hyunwoo took the full brunt of the ear-splitting sound, which had a considerable effect. The game announced, Raccoon's roar has reduced all stats to 50%. HP can no longer be recovered. Dakan had to step in. "Brother, calm down," Raccoon roared. "Dakan, don't stop me." He reasoned, "Do you think he hates this thing that much? This time he even hid the necklace." He fell silent, contemplating. The quest's plot was this: Cancun, Raccoon's son, and the future chieftain hated Raccoon's harsh training and just wanted to avoid everything. That was why the necklace was created. To control him, Raccoon had made him wear the necklace to always be able to locate him and also to be able to summon him. The necklace was enchanted, so he couldn't take it off. But someone had helped him, and thanks to that, he had disappeared without a trace. In short, a family disagreement had caused the heir to run away from home. Surprisingly, the one who helped him break the spell, the accomplice who helped Cancun run away, turned out to be Tangi. It laughed. "Hey, I didn't think things would go this far." Hyunwoo was surprised. "You can do that too," Tangi replied with another question. "Don't you know my abilities, blockhead master?" he exclaimed. "That's amazing." Raccoon held his head tiredly. "I apologize. It's about that rebellious son of mine. It made me not myself. I will reward you properly for bringing the necklace to me." A series of notifications appeared. Quest complete, successor of the grassland beast tribe. Received EXP, you have leveled up. HP and mana have been restored, acquired a new skill. The skill received was Magic Condensation. Condense magic to amplify one's own power. Type passive. Rarity unique. Proficiency F. Increases magic power by 20%. Seeing the reward, Hyunwoo's eyes popped out. A unique skill. Amazing magic skills are the most essential in Arena. Raccoon added, "And if you happen to meet that insolent brat, tell him this Black Mountain Forest is his home." The game announced again, received a new quest, Raccoon's Message. Raccoon has a message for his son Cancun. If you meet him, deliver the message. Rank C+. Objective, deliver Raccoon's message to Cancun 01. Reward EXP, a gift from Raccoon. Hyunwoo was surprised. Another quest. He was happy. What a generous orc. I need to befriend him. He grabbed his large hand and emphasized, "Leave it to me, Mr. Raccoon, sir." His unusual enthusiasm made him a bit wary. "I'm counting on you." Raccoon instructed Tangi, "Little bear of Boo Boo Island, don't get too involved with Cancun anymore." It replied frankly, "Yes, of course." He revealed, "Actually, there was no spell on the necklace from the beginning. It's not your fault." It didn't care, only shocked to realize, "So, I don't have the ability to dispel spells." He looked at it sympathetically. That makes sense. Back in the real world, the sun was already high in the sky. At the apartment where Hyunwoo lived, Kwon Youngchan was shaking his friend. "Hey, Kang Hyunwoo, wake up." He groggily opened his eyes. "Huh." Hyunwoo yawned. Did you come to give me a quest? He urged him. What are you talking about in your sleep? We have something to discuss. Wake up. Young Chan sat down in a chair and announced, I have 2 pieces of good news for you. Hyunwoo's mouth fell open. Oh. He showed him the video they had uploaded. First, our video has become a hot topic in the community because they keep hyping it up. The one called PK with us and see what happens has reached 172,308 views. He exclaimed in surprise. 170,000 views already. Hyunwoo happily hugged his friend's neck. Thanks, Young Chan. It's all thanks to you. He pulled his hand away and continued, Don't celebrate too soon. The second one is even better. Young Chan opened a message. Received an email from N. Hyunwoo was curious. N. A major fashion brand that had just entered the arena streaming scene. Currently, they were the leading corporation in this field. He said, They want to recruit you. Hyunwoo broke out in a sweat and muttered, The world's #1. His heart pounded with shock and excitement. The world's #1 company wants to recruit me. I haven't even been back in arena for a week, and an opportunity has already opened up before me. In a flash, Hyunwoo remembered what he had been through. Everything had been extremely difficult and desperate. His family had fallen on hard times, and he had to work low-paying jobs to make ends meet. He had met the bastard who had harmed his family, and was helpless to do anything to him. He clenched his fists, trembling. Young Chan smiled lightly. He confirmed, You've made your decision right. Hyunwoo replied, Yeah. Young Chan asked, They put their contact information right below. Do you want to contact them now? Without any hesitation, he agreed. Yes, right away. At the N Company headquarters, a person handed over a piece of paper. Chairman, I've just signed a contract with the player from that video. The other person, the business department manager of N Kale, said, His name is Kang Hyunwoo. He decided to use the streamer nickname Ali Boss. If it's hard to pronounce, you can also call him Mr. G. The chairman of this company, Jamie, asked a question, but the problem is for Mr. G, what would the abbreviation be MG? Are you kidding me, Kale? The business manager laughed. Who else could you be thinking of, sir? He realized. Could it be? Kale confirmed. So you understand now, sir. It's M-God. He's the #1 player who disappeared 2 years ago. Jamie silently looked at the scenery outside the window. You've recruited a superstar, haven't you? 2 years ago, the number of arena players began to skyrocket, making arena popular worldwide. Now it brought in huge profits and developed into another world. He smiled with great satisfaction. And now you're telling me that gaming legend has returned, under the calculations and expectations of the big shots at N. 2 young men were happily celebrating. I wonder how much the return of that legend will shake up arena. At Aslan, the integrated auction house, Hyunwoo was organizing his inventory. Sell this can be used. He summarized, after dealing with the equipment from the Peakers and the Black Skull Guild, I earned 5,100 gold and a pair of shoes. Item, swamp frog boots. Boots made from the skin of a swamp frog, helping to jump higher. Rarity rare. Requirements, 80 AGI, durability 200, defense 40, effect AGI plus 10, jump ability slightly increased. Hyunwoo remembered he also received an item from Dakan's quest. Because of Raccoon's reward, I almost forgot about this. Item details. Grassland's Cloak, a token given to those who showed Dakan their superior combat skills. This item is filled with fighting spirit. Rarity unique. Requirements acknowledged by Dakan. Effect, STR, plus 100 con, plus 150, fighting spirit, plus 150. Generates fighting spirit. Fighting spirit increases all stats in combat. When facing a stronger opponent, stats increase even more. When facing a weaker opponent, the enemy's stats will be reduced, not counting the unassigned points. Item details. Grassland's Cloak, a token given to those who showed Dakan their superior combat skills. This item is filled with fighting spirit. Rarity unique. Requirements acknowledged by Dakan. Effect STR, plus 100, con plus 50, fighting spirit, plus 150. Generates fighting spirit. Fighting spirit increases all stats in combat. When facing a stronger opponent, stats increase even more. When facing a weaker opponent, the enemy's stats will be reduced, not counting the unassigned points. Hyunwoo marveled, Dakon's necklace's effect is no joke. Looking at the overall picture, if I count all my equipment, my stats are about the same as a level 60 player's. Grassland's cloak unique, low-grade wind spirit leather jacket, rare ring containing a giant's spirit unique red mole rat leather pants rare, swamp frog boots rare. Hyunwoo calculated, since I'm only level 32 now, if I can get a unique weapon with the remaining money, that would be great. He held out his hand and called, "Auction window." A small screen appeared. He scrolled through the weapons, thinking, right now the most important thing is attack power. Defense isn't very valuable to me at the moment. He wasn't surprised when he didn't find anything suitable. As expected, finding a unique piece of equipment with 5,000 gold is tough. Suddenly he saw something. Surprisingly, Hyunwoo was attracted by an item with a price of 1,000 gold. He shouted excitedly, "There it is, and it's only 1,000 gold, 10 times cheaper than its actual price." The item was a dwarven sword, a sword crafted by the dwarven Kim Trui. It has not been enchanted but is still a valuable item. Rarity unique. Requirements 200 STR 150 con. Durability 1500. Attack 700. Effect durable. Hyunwoo hurriedly pressed confirm to buy the item. "I got a great deal. I guess some guy quit the game and was liquidating his assets. Buy it now." At the same time, somewhere else in the auction house, the guild leader of the Black Skull Guild Sueron was sweating profusely. The person standing next to him saw his strange expression and asked, "What's wrong, guild leader?" Sueron trembled and stammered, "Sold. It's sold." She was even more confused. "It's good that it's sold, what's wrong?" He shouted in agony, "But I missed a zero. Before I could take it back, some bastard snatched it." She was startled by his sudden shout, and for a very silly reason, too. She exclaimed, "Huh!" He gave a very unreasonable order. "Go find him and bring that bastard back to me." The person next to him had no choice but to obey. Yes, sir." The item that Hyunwoo bought at a bargain price was because the foolish guild leader of the Black Skull Guild had mistyped. He was unaware and was very happy. "I bought it. I don't know who sold it, but thank you, comrade." And so the conflict between the Black Skull Guild and Kang Hyunwoo probably wouldn't end until doomsday. He stood in the middle of the road calculating. "I still have 3 days before I sign the contract with N. Until then, I should get as strong as I can. Grinding quests is probably the best option." Hyunwoo took out an item and decided, "I still have Khan's quest. I should go meet LeBron." Quest: Meet the Knight of Kian. You have been recommended by the class manager Khan. If you are confident in your strength, go find the Knight of Kian LeBron. Rank E. Objective: Meet the Knight of Kian. Reward: LeBron's skill. He was very much looking forward to the reward. The reward from the Grassland Beast Tribe was already great. I wonder what I'll get from the strongest knight in the Empire. Hyunwoo stretched. If I'm not mistaken, Khan said LeBron is at his home in Yema. I wonder if the teleport scroll to Yema is expensive. Sometime later in the Yema Empire, he stood before a large mansion. LeBron's mansion, Dayum. It's huge like a castle. Even the gate guards are taller than me. He marveled. So magnificent. As expected of the strongest knight in the Empire. As he approached, he thought, "When I was God, I never met him. I'm so excited." The guard stopped Hyunwoo and said, "Commoners cannot enter. Please turn back." He took out the quest item. "I was recommended by Khan." He told him, "With this, I can meet LeBron." The guard recognized it and said, "The Duke is currently in the training area in the center of the mansion." Hyunwoo was led in and said happily, "Thank you." The players behind him were shocked, their mouths agape. They were amazed. The gate of LeBron's mansion is opening. Does that mean that guy is progressing in the main scenario? Impossible, we have to follow him. Immediately, a chaotic crowd surrounded the mansion gate. Obviously, they were blocked, but they still shouted, trying to find a way in. I'm his teammate. "Hey, miss, let's form a party." So chaotic. Hyunwoo frowned in annoyance. These leeches are everywhere. He realized, now that I think about it, I've never seen a video about LeBron. I must be the first one, huh? Very quickly, Hyunwoo activated the recording mode. He entered the vast mansion. They said LeBron is in the training area in the center of the mansion. Hyunwoo glanced over and saw a middle-aged man with a long-healed eye injury meditating. Is that him? LeBron spoke, Are you the one recommended by Khan? He quickly replied, Yes, I am Kang Hyunwoo. He said, It's been a long time since an adventurer came to find me. If Khan recommended you, you must be very good. The words sounded extremely convincing coming from the strongest knight in the empire, LeBron. Hyunwoo slumped, thinking sadly. So someone came before me. I thought I was the only one who got the coin. Khan, you tricked me. LeBron stood up and asked, You came here to test your own strength, right? Hyunwoo silently retorted, I'm here to do a quest, sir. But if he said that, he'd probably be sent back. LeBron continued, Seeing is believing. A match will tell me everything right. He walked over to the weapon rack and picked up a wooden sword, asking, Well, want to fight? LeBron threw Hyunwoo a sword and said, As long as you accept the challenge, I will teach you a skill. He was a bit frustrated. Damn it, why do I have to fight everyone I meet? Then he asked, If my performance is superior, can you teach me 2 skills? LeBron generously said, If you like 3 is fine too, but of course you have to pass the test first. His eyes lit up sharp. The game system announced all stats have been increased due to fighting spirit. The opponent is stronger than the player, so stats will be further increased. Hyunwoo was determined. This time I will get a unique skill for sure. He shouldered his sword. Please guide me, sir. LeBron commented, What an unusual sword stance. I've never met a strong person who carries their sword with such a carefree stance. He noticed, looking at the young man before him, his eyes serious and ready. LeBron thought to himself, He's ready to fight, huh? The relaxed attitude from before has completely disappeared. Hyunwoo charged forward first. Sword met sword. Hyunwoo seemed to put a lot of strength into his attack, but LeBron easily blocked it. He continuously attacked, but it had no effect on him. The opponent even leisurely observed his sword path. Every blow is full of power. How much must he have honed his skills? He's not someone I can defeat just because of a good sword stance. Hyunwoo kicked straight at LeBron's face, but still missed. He silently praised, He even uses his feet. Most knights would probably fall at his feet. He swung his sword in a counterattack, hitting Hyunwoo straight in the stomach. A painful blow. He couldn't even dodge or block it. LeBron scored him, But young man, 50 points. You're no different from the others who have challenged me. Hyunwoo collapsed, clutching his stomach in pain, coughing. He stood there nonchalantly remembering, So far about 10 people have challenged me, but no one has passed 50 points. You've achieved the highest score so far. It's something to be happy about. LeBron looked at the adventurer before him with some expectation. Will he be like the others before him? Hyunwoo gritted his teeth, refusing to give up. If I can't win, I'll give it my all. He charged forward using charge, skill details, charge dashes forward while swinging a weapon. LeBron blocked the attack. Due to the great pressure, Hyunwoo was thrown up conveniently right above the opponent's head. He smiled with interest. Using charge at this distance is quite surprising. LeBron glanced behind him. He even calculated the distance he would be thrown up. Hyunwoo gripped his weapon tightly, his eyes full of determination, seizing the opportunity. He thought to himself, I've got him. The sword was swung. Would it have any effect? Hyunwoo landed safely, still standing firm. LeBron commented, Knowing the difference in skill level, you still dared to perform such a risky move. Not only that, you also knew how to maintain your balance and execute an attack from the air. He still spoke clearly and coherently. All right. Hyunwoo couldn't believe it. He was extremely tense. LeBron was very pleased and praised, You have an interesting talent, 80 points. After hearing that comment, he couldn't help but be astonished, wondering, 80 points. I got 80 points. So how many skills will I get? LeBron held his sword and smiled, approaching Kang Hyunwoo and saying, Now it's my turn, right? The protagonist's face was a bit dazed by the question. Before he could reorient himself, LeBron repeated, I said it's my turn to attack. Get into your stance. Looking at LeBron smiling in front of him, Kang Hyunwoo thought to himself, LeBron is very excited because he just unexpectedly met a talent. There were several lumps piled up on the protagonist's head, and his face was all dirty, probably from being beaten up by LeBron. LeBron shook his hand and praised him with a laugh. "Excellent, young man, I admit your skills are really good." The protagonist replied politely, "Thank you." Then he thought to himself, he keeps hitting the same spot. With my current level, there's no way I can beat him. Suddenly, LeBron held out a golden coin in front of him and said cheerfully, "I gave 1 coin to each of the 10 swordsmen. Now they've all gathered here. There were 9 challengers, and you are the 10th and also the strongest. You are even better than those 9 combined." As soon as LeBron's words finished, the game system displayed a notification that surprised Kang Hyun-woo greatly. Quest complete, meet the Knight of Kion. You have received EXP. You have leveled up. HP and mana have been restored. Received title, Outstanding Star, acknowledged by LeBron. Outstanding Star, acknowledged by LeBron. A title given to adventurers acknowledged by the strongest knight of the Yema Empire, LeBron. Effect increases all stats by 10%. This made the protagonist extremely surprised, wondering, I even got a title, the effect is amazing. LeBron gave him a yellow book, scratched his head shyly, and said, "As promised, this is for you. Forgive me for only being able to give you 1 skill, but rules are rules. I can't change anything." Kang Hyun-woo opened the book and a magic circle suddenly appeared. Through it, the system also announced, Combat Master, a skill given to a combat master. Defeating you will be impossible. Type passive. Rarity unique. Proficiency F. Increases all stats by 10% when entering combat. This made him unable to believe himself, his eyes wide with disbelief. Another 10% increase in all stats? That's a total of 20%. After giving him the book, LeBron turned to leave. "I have fulfilled my promise regarding the coin. You can go now." Seeing this, Kang Hyun-woo hurriedly stopped him. Wait. He thought to himself, "I came all this way just for this. You tell me the quest is over and send me back just like that." LeBron heard his call and turned his head, wondering, "Yes." He smiled awkwardly and asked, "Is there anything I can help you with, sir?" LeBron, hearing him say that, smiled and replied, "Oh ho, it's true that I have something that needs to be done. I can entrust it to you, right? In Brick, many undead have suddenly appeared. The king suspects that a dark mage is behind this. Will you investigate this for me?" As soon as that sentence finished, the game system updated. Received a new quest. Investigate Brick. There are rumors that the undead have invaded the southern part of the Empire Brick. Investigate the truth behind it for LeBron. Rank S objective, slay the dark mage, Ero Rouse. Reward acknowledged by the state. After reading the quest, Kang Hyun-woo was completely shocked. An S-rank quest. It's a main scenario quest. Main scenario quest. A quest of great importance that affects the game's storyline and the development of the world of Arena. While lost in thought, LeBron suddenly spoke up. "I've heard that summoning and soul magic are his specialties. Be careful not to be manipulated by him." He replied cheerfully, "Understood. I guarantee I will bring the truth of this matter to light." Saying that, he clenched his fist, bowed his head excitedly, and thought, "Ha! I haven't been back for long, and I've already taken a giant leap. I'm only level 33, but I've naturally become the one holding the fate of Arena in my hands. I need to prepare thoroughly before setting out." At Aslan, the integrated trading hall, a shocked voice rang out, causing everyone to pay attention. "What? You still haven't found him. Go find the bastard who snatched the sword and bring him to me. Are you waiting for me to help you? Is your head just for decoration?" While shouting, Sueron pressed his face close to his female subordinates and shook her by the collar. She was being shaken by Sueron, but said nothing, only thinking to herself, "If you're stupid, you die. What's the point of crying?" The people standing around watching also didn't say anything, just helplessly watched. Then the black-haired girl replied to Sueron, "I'm sorry, sir. I will find him for you tomorrow." Kang Hyun-woo also stood in a corner watching them and thinking, who are these people making a scene in the trading hall? Sueron continued to shout, "No, there are no other guilds. Find the bastard who snatched the dwarven sword and make him kneel before me. You hear?" Hearing this, the protagonist was a bit startled and wondered, "He just sold the dwarven sword. Why is he looking for me?" Wait, that emblem. Isn't that the Black Skull Guild? Hate that cannot be forgotten. What a motto. As he thought, he walked past them, noticing the emblem printed on their clothes, a black skull symbol. A moment later, the protagonist had taken off his gaming gear. The sunlight shone through the window into the house, looking very dreamy. Kang Hyun-woo sat up and then let out a sigh. Phew, carrying the role of the executor of the main scenario, it's best to deal with troublesome things like this as soon as possible. Should I use character deletion matches to make them disappear one by one? As he spoke, his eyes turned a cold, steely red. The protagonist's face was full of indecision as he bit his finger and calculated, no, that would take too much time. Time is money. Or maybe I should kill the high-ranking members one by one. Maybe they'll disband on their own. While lost in thought, Kwon Young-chan suddenly opened the door and walked in saying, Hyun-woo, dinner's ready. Kang Hyun-woo whined in frustration, What should I do, Young-chan? He didn't seem to understand his words and asked, What's wrong? What happened? After hearing him tell the story, Kwon Young-chan happily scooped up some food and replied, It's simple. Just upload a provocative video. Post a challenge on the forums challenging them to a PK match. Hearing the suggestion, Kang Hyun-woo, sitting across the dining table, couldn't help but wonder, what if they refuse? Kwon Young-chan replied, Once you post the challenge on the forums, they won't be able to ignore it. Isn't it a chance for you to deal with the whole guild at once? You'll also become a hot topic in arena, killing two birds with one stone. The protagonist, with his mouth full of food, listened intently to him and then said, Young-chan, you're a genius. Kwon Young-chan wiped his mouth with a napkin and replied with a smile, Not at all. That's if you can beat them one-on-one. Kang Hyun-woo smiled smugly with food still on the corner of his mouth and replied, Ha, who am I? I'll just wipe out the whole guild for some extra cash. What are we waiting for? And so the next day, Hyun-woo's challenge flooded the forums. At the Black Skull Guild's headquarters, a panicked voice rang out, Sir Guild Leader, we're in trouble. Suerin, sitting at a table with a pile of books, turned and asked calmly, What's with all the chaos? The black-haired female subordinate standing on the balcony called out, Some guy has posted a video challenging us on all the forums. This made Suerin also surprised and ask, What? The video showed a person wearing a mask and a red hat on their head, standing in the middle of the screen, speaking, Hello, I am the arena gamer Ali Boss. I'm making this video because of a message I just received. The message was from a newbie thanking me for the video I posted about punishing the lawless high-ranking members of the Black Skull Guild. Sueron, in real life covered in tattoos, watched the video and asked in frustration and confusion, Who the hell is this? The person in the video continued pointing at the screen. So I have decided by all means to make their characters disappear without a trace, or in other words, get their accounts deleted. The hunting grounds and dungeons they have occupied for too long. As far as I know, there are a total of 15 high-ranking members in the guild, including the guild leader. But I've already made 2 of them get their accounts deleted, so there are only 13 left. And I have challenged them to a one-on-one solo match. Don't miss the moment they get their accounts deleted. As he spoke, the person confidently held a sword in front of him. After seeing that sword, Sueron was extremely surprised and couldn't contain his emotions, slamming the table and shouting, That sword! With a face full of anger darkened and a deadly look in his eyes as if he wanted to kill someone, Sueron gritted his teeth and said, So the one who made the high-ranking members' characters get deleted and the one who snatched my dwarven sword are the same person. After watching the video, Sueron immediately returned to the game. Seeing that her guild leader had appeared, the black-haired female subordinate asked, Sir, did you see that video? Should we ignore it? If we get involved, things might just get out of hand. Sueron replied in a cold tone, Ignore it. Gather all the high-ranking members. This made her feel surprised and confused. Huh? Sueron spoke, his whole body trembling with anger. We will beat that brat to a pulp. Gather them for me. Accept the challenge. At the Black Skull Guild's headquarters, many people were gathered around a long table. A black-haired girl wearing a mask shaped like a skull spoke up. As far as I know, boss's level is around 30. However, the fact that he could take down 2 of our main players means he must have some tricks up his sleeve. The character deletion match he proposed is too risky. Even if we win, we won't gain anything. Isn't it best to just ignore him? The burly, bearded man next to her, hearing her speak, also nodded his head in agreement. However, the guild leader glared at her and replied, "Ignore him, are you kidding me?" Then, in the next second, he slammed the table and stood up, asking angrily, "Then what about my dwarven sword? What about the guild's reputation?" A member of the guild then stood up and advised, "How about this? We set a date for the match and then ambush him as a group." The guild leader hesitated, putting his hand on his chin, his face sweating profusely, thinking, so we should ambush him. During the discussion, a man suddenly appeared out of nowhere, accompanied by a voice, "You guys are pathetic." Seeing him, everyone was stunned and stood up, calling out, "Commander!" The person they had just called was none other than the temporary commander of the Nua Guild, Kang Jung-gu. He had long, smooth yellow hair, wore a suit of armor, and only wore a monocle on one eye. Kang Jung-gu said with a cold expression, "You are all under the Nua Guild, and you're planning to ambush a level 30 guy." The guild leader didn't immediately answer the question, only saying in a panic, "Sir, what brings you all the way here from so far away?" However, before he could finish, he was interrupted by Kang Jung-gu. "Cheolgu, come here." Cheolgu, following his command, hurriedly ran over and replied, "Yes, sir." In the next second, Kang Jung-gu decisively used his hand to deliver a powerful blow straight to Cheolgu's stomach, making Cheolgu cry out in pain, his face turning purple and red, and his eyes suddenly turning completely white. Immediately after, Kang Jung-gu, with a cold expression, rubbed the hand he had just punched with and said, "And even 3 guild members had their characters deleted in such a humiliating way. My patience has reached its limit." Swearin, the guild leader, stood beside him, stunned by the situation. Suddenly hearing him call his name, he immediately replied, "Yes, sir." Kang Jung-gu approached him, placed a hand on Swearon's shoulder, and said with eyes that looked like he wanted to eat him alive, "Immediately record a video responding to the challenge. You guys have to resolve this properly. It's natural for the strong to win and the weak to lose. I hope this time the Black Skull Guild will have the last laugh." Swearon stood there listening to Kang Jung-gu, his face full of fear and sweating. At a very luxurious and elegant place, Kale was sitting at a table waiting for someone. Suddenly, Kale glanced in a direction and let out a surprised, "Oh!" The protagonist slowly walked over and spoke to Kale in English. "You're Kale, right?" saying that he pulled out a chair and sat down. Kale, sitting across from him, replied, "Mr. G, you look better in person." Kang Hyun-woo replied politely, "You too." Kale continued, "Although I got a sense of it from our phone call, your English is really good." He explained, "I studied a bit before. Shall we continue our conversation while we eat?" And so, in the dark night, under the dim, hazy moonlight, at a luxurious high-rise restaurant, they talked while they ate. Delicious-looking dishes were slowly brought out and placed on the table. Kale said, "This is the revised contract, please read it carefully." The protagonist held a large iPad in his hand and looked at it intently, then thought to himself, "Just as Young-chan said, their terms are the best in the industry." Thinking this, Kang Hyun-woo spoke up, "As expected from N, it's very good." Kale added, "Look at the N too. A few new clauses have been added." The phone displayed the information. Contract term 2 years. For every 10,000 subscribers, you will be paid $10,000. For every 100,000 subscribers, there is an additional bonus. Each month you can choose 1 rare skill book, 1 rare item, and 1 unique material. Kang Hyun-woo was extremely surprised by this. Before he could finish his sentence, he was lost in his own thoughts again. "I can get 1 unique material every month. Then I can craft items using the secret recipes I got when I was M-God." Kale asked, "Are you satisfied?" Lost in his thoughts, Kang Hyun-woo immediately asked with uncertain doubt, "Are these terms for real?" Kale smiled gently and replied, "Of course, Mr. G, or should I call you M-God? To be honest, I think even that is not enough for you." Hearing this, Kang Hyun-woo was a bit surprised. "God, it's been a long time since I've heard that name." Saying that, he thought to himself, how did he know, as expected, of N? Kale discussed the requirements. "My side will only require you to put the N logo on your equipment. A designer will work with you, so please discuss with them at least once a week. May I ask what your plans are for the near future?" The protagonist replied seriously, "Around next week I plan to start streaming. You should start looking forward to it." I've prepared a pretty big event. As he spoke, he smiled gently. Kale, hearing this, thought big by M-God's standards. Then he smiled and replied, I'm very much looking forward to it. After their discussion, Kang Hyun-woo went home. While standing at the door, taking off his shoes, he announced, I'm home. Hearing his voice, Kwon Young-chan poked his head out and asked, Did you sign the contract? Kang Hyun-woo raised his index finger and said happily, Of course. Kwon Young-chan added, Black Skull has posted a response video. He wondered, what did they say? Kwon Young-chan replied, They've challenged you to a match at the Yema Arena 2 days from now, Monday at 8 p.m. He wasn't surprised or scared at all, only replying with a short, Is that so? Kwon Young-chan, seeing his attitude, was a bit confused. Hey, aren't you going to watch it? Kang Hyun-woo replied with an indifferent tone, It's just a waste of time. I'm going hunting. In a lush green forest, bright sunlight shone down on the sparkling water. There were several monsters with sharp teeth, glowing yellow eyes, and smooth light green skin constantly screaming. However, Kang Hyun-woo could cut them down with a single stroke. As he fought, he thought to himself, the lizard men in the swamp area are around level 60 to 70. I'm currently level 34, so the level gap is about 30. But why do they seem so easy to kill? The lizard men, each holding a shield and a sword, stared at him with fear and apprehension. Kang Hyun-woo couldn't help but wonder, is it because I've gotten stronger with all this unique gear and skills I've been hunting low-level monsters so much lately that I've underestimated my own power? Kang Hyun-woo mentally calculated the level of the Black Skull Guild's leader, Suron, should be around 85. I hear the average level of the high-ranking members is also around 70. I'm pretty sure I won't lose to them, but if I want to go big, the stronger, the better. As he thought, the protagonist raised his sword and charged at the lizardman. Kang Hyun-woo said, And so I hunted for 30 hours straight. I took a few breaks, but it was basically 30 hours of hard labor. After the fight, Kang Hyun-woo leaned on his sword, panting heavily. The lizardmen all fell under his blade. Victory slayed the swamp lizardmen. He sat leaning against the corpse of a lizardman, panting and complaining, I'm dead tired, I'll check my stats and then go to sleep. After diligently grinding for 3 days, the proficiency of his skills had increased, and he had also leveled up 6 times, reaching level 40. Finally, the day of the battle arrived. At the Yema Arena, countless spectators had filled the stadium to watch the fun. The red board announced, Ali Boss versus Black Skull. The people in the stands were constantly discussing, the arena is usually quite crowded, but today it's completely packed. What do you think, will the Black Skull Guild win due to their overwhelming numbers? The person sitting next to him adjusted his glasses and then replied, It's true that they have a huge advantage in numbers, but instead of fighting 1 versus 13 at once, it's clearly more advantageous for him to fight them one-on-one. I hope Ali Boss wins. Hearing this, the blonde-haired guy was deep in thought and confused. At this time on the arena floor, Kang Hyun-woo stood alone before the Black Skull Guild with countless people. He calmly and cheerfully raised his hand in a wave, then asked, Are all 13 of you here? Maybe some scaredy cat ran away. Surin smiled smugly and replied, I'm also glad you showed up. I will kill you and take back the dwarven sword without spending a single coin. Kang Hyun-woo said with a contemptuous tone, Oh, but what if you get killed by your own sword? How embarrassing would that be? This made Sueron extremely angry, and he shouted in a panic, What, you bastard? The protagonist didn't pay any attention. A microphone suddenly appeared in his hand. Then he calmly and leisurely said, Shall we begin? Then he picked up the mic and announced to all the spectators, Thank you for waiting for me. I am sincerely grateful to the players who are here to watch this match. Today, I guarantee that none of you will leave disappointed. Let's enjoy it. As you all know, the rule is winner takes all, and the loser gets their character deleted. Kwon Young-chan, holding a hot cup of coffee, was sitting in front of a screen watching the match and said, This guy, he's really become a celebrity. However, when he heard the protagonist say, The team match begins, Kwon Young-chan choked on his drink on the spot, completely shocked. Even the Black Skull Guild was extremely surprised, stunned. Kang Hyun-woo ignored them and continued, Ali Boss versus Black Skull, 1 versus 13. It's time for a slaughter. Kwon Young-chan on his side was also extremely shocked, his face turning pale as he thought, A team match. Status panel. Kang Hyunwoo LV, 40 Warrior. Titles: Warrior acknowledged by Khan. Outstanding Star, acknowledged by LeBron. STR 70, plus 153. AGI 90, plus 43. SPI 40, plus 50. Con 50, 100. Mag 50. Unassigned points 5. The people in the stands were full of confusion and worry, discussing animatedly. Huh, did I hear that right? You didn't hear wrong. It's a team match. Kang Hyunwoo stood tall before the Black Skull Guild, not a bit afraid. At this moment, Sueron's face was full of confusion, sweating profusely, thinking to himself, what is this bastard planning? He already had no chance in a one-on-one representative match. Does he think he can win when all 13 of us attack at once? Is he hiding some other trick? In a representative match, Kang Hyunwoo would fight one of the 13 people. But in a team match, all 13 people would surround him and attack, leaving him no room to escape. While he was lost in thought, the protagonist approached leisurely and calmly smiling and said, "Hurry up and decide. Personally, I'd rather have all of you join in to get it over with. If you only send out a few people, the match will end too quickly. That's no fun at all." Hearing him say that, Sueron pointed at him and cursed, "You talk too much." He was worried, sweating, and thought, it doesn't matter what he's planning, as long as we win. The main system displayed a notification, finalizing the selection of participants for the team match. Player Kang Hyunwoo 1 versus player Sueron's team 13. The match begins in E, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both Kang Junwoo and Kwon Young-chan were watching the match intently. The people in the stands were also cheering non-stop. Kwon Young-chan said helplessly, "If you lose, don't you dare come back with your tail between your legs." The match begins.